Well, well, well. So people will not stop talking about George Pickens this week. I am telling you, it's just one story after another one as it applies to George Pickens. And this tells me something about George Pickens. George Pickens is doing everything right. I mean, we've heard Emmitt Smith talk about George Pickens. We've heard Jerry Jones talk about George Pickens. And I'm surprised that nobody is talking about the fact that Klayton Adams, I don't know, maybe this is an exclusive, but Klayton Adams had a whole lot to say about George Pickens in his most recent interview. And then, man, we got a great story again about Caleb Downs. Caleb Downs and why he's wearing the number 13. Caleb Downs is made of all the right stuff. And all of everything I'm telling you just lets me know, Cowboys fans, we have, I believe, an incredible football season ahead of us in 2026. Let's talk Cowboys. We're about to talk facts. Hey, let's go. Man, the Dallas Cowboys, I am telling you, I believe we are in for a great season. So many great moves, more moves to come, I believe. Great training camp coming up. It's going to be awesome. Welcome, Cowboy fans and Cowboy haters alike. I'm the G, and I'm the host of Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. And as you come into this live stream, please hit that like button, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know the next time we post another video or go live. And if you haven't become a channel member or subscriber yet, what are you waiting on? We have a lot of great things coming up this season. Now let's talk facts. Man, I am telling you, I have a great show lined up for us today. Man, I don't know why, but nobody's talking about this Klayton Adams interview. This Klayton Adams interview, this thing was absolute. It was fire. And I am shocked that more people aren't talking about it, but you know, I was not going to let you down. We're going to talk about it today. This Klayton Adams interview is great, especially when he tells the truth about George Pickens. Then, we're going to talk about this thing with Jerry Jones. Man, Jerry Jones has high expectations for George Pickens. We're going to talk about that. But also, man, I'm going to tell you something else that I've been noticing, and I don't think anyone else is paying attention to it. This whole George Pickens conspiracy. And I'm going to explain it to you in a few in this George Pickens segment. Then, man, we're going to talk about this crazy stuff with PFF, man. Come on, man. PFF up in here crazy, man. PFF up in here giving these doggone roster predictions, man. And what? Man, we talking roster predictions in May? In May, man? What? Come on, man. I understand that it's May, but come on, man. It's May. Then, man, I know y'all probably heard the story about Caleb Downs and why he wears the number 13. But boy, I'm gonna also tell you something else, boy. Cowboys rolled out the red carpet for that man, Caleb Downs, man. Jerry Jones rolled out the red carpet for Caleb Downs. I'm gonna show y'all in case y'all hadn't seen this part about Caleb Downs. Then, I'm gonna add one more thing in here, if y'all don't mind. I'm gonna add one more thing on the screen. Mina Kimes' top 10 quarterback list. Come on, man. Mina Kimes, man, come on, man. Come on, man. I know what they're doing. They do this stuff because they want to draw attention to whatever they're talking about. I mean, this is absolutely crazy. But I just added Mina's top 10 quarterback list. Man, this stuff is absolute laughable. We're going to check that out. So, I told y'all, man, I got a great show for y'all today. Klayton Adams, Adams on Pickens, Pickens expectations, Pickens conspiracy, Jerry's expectations for Pickens, PFF's predictions, Downs prestige, Downs number 13, Mina's top 10. Let's go. Let's get it. Hey, 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 hey. Let's go, Cowboy fans. It is May. It is May, but I'm still feeling really good about our Dallas Cowboys. Yeah. Man, let's get this roll call in. We got a great show today. I got a great audience today. Best chat on YouTube. Let's see who's here already. Let's go. Let's go. What is up, Thomas Goldring Jr.? Howdy, True Texan. Dak Owens in the building. Says, welcome to Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. Come in, hit the like button, let your opinion be heard. Also, please keep the chat clean. Appreciate you, Dak Owens. Dak Owens said hit that like button. Let's go. Texas boy B. Mackey. Let's go. What's going on? Lynn from the 903. You know I had to give you that Quentin Williams. Yo. Big Moss Dog. What's going on? My man Dominique Pittman, the neighborhood skeptic. What is going on? Good to see you. Poobie D. What's going on, Poobie D? The man got my back. Mo Eddie. What is going on? Hey, man, June 1st. These post-June 1st cuts gonna be great, Mo Eddie. I'm looking forward to it. What's going on, Team Book? What's going on, Jabri Quinn? What's going on? Salute. Hallelujah. What is going on? What is going on? Good to see you today. Jeremy Best, what up? What's going on? Having a great day. Davion Wallace, what's going on, fam? Mr. Get Dirty, what is going on, man? You clean on that avatar. You say Mr. Get Dirty. You clean, though. What is going on? Timothy Johnson in the crib. Mike Torres, what is going on? Maggie, what up, Maggie? Good to see you. What's going on, B Dunk? What's up? Keith Washington, what is going on? Man, I'm telling you, Mr. Polo 1972, boy, they don't know what it means to be called Mr. Polo. Well, I bet your wardrobe is full of polo too, man. What's going on, Mike Torres? What's going on, Eric Folk? Tim Pannell, what up? My brother, Frank Lawrence. What up, Frank Lawrence? He said, I agree, Cowboys' biggest stage on earth. Example right now on StubHub. Prices for the tickets for Dallas and Philly premium section right now. Behind the pitch, 9,800. What? Let's go. What's going on, Raymond Richards? Good to see you. Sir Nose is back in the congregation. What up, Sir Nose? Dolores Ennis, what's going on? We them boys, what's going on? It's my future daughter-in-law, Tatiana. What's going on, Tatiana? What is going on? Robin Tully, what's going on? Carl Williams, Jeff Lee, Larry Golden, what's going on? Gregory Davis, Derek Rose, Kimberly Hunt. Welcome back, Kimberly. Good to see you. All right, y'all, let's get this show started, man. Let's get this show started. Let's get this show started, y'all. Yeah, Poobie D. I told y'all, speaking it into existence. My future daughter-in-law. We the boys. What up? What is up? What is up? All right, man, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Best chat on YouTube. Y'all already know, man. Y'all already know. If your day has been going bad, y'all better believe when you come in here, you are going to have yourself a good time today. We are going to have a very good time today talking about the Dallas Cowboys. Man, I appreciate all of y'all so much. Even when we disagree, we can all still have fun. Ain't that right, my brother Dominique Pittman? What is going on? Yes, sir. Dominique, he said, I see you, Tatiana. Let's go. What up, Marlon Dillard? What up, Ron and Hannah? Ron Hannah, my man. What up, Duckface? Quack, quack. What is going on? All right, guys, let's get this show started today. We'll have plenty more time to talk about all this other stuff that we going to have fun with. So, man, let's get to this Klayton Adams interview. You know what? But before we get to this Klayton Adams interview, I'm going to play this clip about 3 times during this live stream today, maybe even 4. I don't know if y'all have caught this particular clip over on X.
Pickens.
I don't know who put this together, but I have got to give these people some credit, man. This is off the chain what they put together about our man George Pickens. I'll tell you right now, man, I got to talk about this in the Cowboys conspiracy. I'm tired of these folk talking about that George Pickens only going to play for the Cowboys this year and he gone. Man, I ain't trying to hear that noise. Man. I want George Pickens to be here beyond this year. Man, let me play this music with this because they don't have no music. I'm going to put my music behind it. But they got some dope sound effects behind it. Man, let me show y'all this just to set the tone for this live stream. Man, them talking about this man, George Pickens. Check this out.
Subject, George Pickens. Classification, Mr. Hurdle. Height, 6'3". Identifiers, elite hands, sideline control, and the number 14 stitched across his back like a warning. Movement pattern, smooth. Notable tendencies, wins 50-50 balls, embarrasses defenders. Containment, unreliable. Risk level, high. Threat level, sudden. Final advisory, it was never your ball. Subject, George Pickens.
Do what?
Mr. Hurdle. Height, 6'3".
Who put this together, Cowboys family? Who put this together? Man, that right there is crazy what they put together, man. We're gonna play that about 3 more times during this live stream today, man. Boy, I'm telling y'all right now, man. I'm telling y'all right now, I am a huge George Pickens fan. I do not want this to be George Pickens' last season with the Dallas Cowboys. I want this man to stay with the Dallas Cowboys for at least the next 4 to 5 years. I want Dak Prescott to finish his career with CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens as his wide receivers. I want this man to finish his career. And I'm truly hoping that Dak Prescott, man, I want Dak Prescott, man. You know what? I need Dak Prescott to go to bat for George Pickens, man. I really do. I need Dak Prescott to make sure this man balls out this year. I need Dak Prescott that once this season is over, I need Dak Prescott to really go to bat for this man, George Pickens. But again, man, just an incredible receiver. I'm a big fan of George Pickens. But I want you to hear Klayton Adams. Klayton Adams, you know, I'm going to let you hear the entire interview today. And then he's got a part with George Pickens. So the first part, you know, just out of respect for Klayton Adams, I really like Klayton Adams. So I'm going to let you hear what's going on with what Klayton Adams is talking about. I'm sorry, check this out. Let's see. Klayton Adams. I'm shocked that a lot of people aren't talking about this yet. But you're going to hear it here on Let's Talk Cowboys. All right, let's roll.
Accelerator program taking place right where we are here in Orlando. Cowboys offensive coordinator Klayton Adams was a part of that, and just like all the young up-and-coming coaches, spent some time with owners, learned a little bit, and did what no doubt was the highlight of his appearance at the Accelerator program. Talk to me and Judy, and by the magic of television, we're able to show that interview.
Howard, don't worry. I'm gonna play that George Pickens video about 3 or 4 more times during this broadcast today. What is going on, Incognito? Yeah, I think they might have pulled. I don't know. I didn't see number 14. I thought that was the Pittsburgh number. I didn't get that part number 14 across his back. I don't know what that means. Maybe he got a tattoo or something. I don't know.
Right now, here it is. Well, Klayton, you have been through the NFL's Accelerator program the last little more than a day. First time going through it. What did you think? How was it for you?
It was a really good experience. It was really, as much as anything, probably an introduction to the thought process of, all right, how are you going to instill leadership? How do you create culture? And the thing that I think is probably what we get the most out of is you can read a lot of those things in a book and you can talk to people about them, but we actually had several of the experts coming and talking to us about it. We can ask them questions specifically. All right, what do you mean by that? What's a good example of it? So it was great.
You're viewed as a rising star in the business, a rapidly rising star in the business. When you come to this kind of thing, when the league says we want you to come to this kind of thing, does that force you to prepare even more for those interviews, those opportunities face-to-face with owners?
I think I try to think of it as like, all right, now I need to really double down and dig in harder on what I'm doing, because I always want to keep both eyes on my job, because I don't think you get the next opportunity until you've mastered the opportunity that you're in. And I just look at all the stuff that we've done over the last year in Dallas, and you see a lot of holes and things that we want to get better at. So that's been my primary focus.
It's been an interesting year or so for you. You were an offensive line coach that I think, to be honest, most people hadn't heard of. You get to the Cowboys, you become offensive coordinator, you do an excellent job last year, and here you are now being talked of as a potential head coach candidate. We'll get to some Cowboy stuff in a second, but for you personally, what has this been like?
I don't look that far out of my bubble very often, so probably not that different. I'm still taking my kids to soccer practice and trying to.
You getting recognized around Dallas?
Not a whole bunch. Maybe I do, and I just don't notice it. But I am a pretty kind of average-looking normal dude, so don't wear a whole bunch of Cowboy stuff. Try not to get yelled at by my wife. Just stay.
Well, I'm going to tell you about me, Klayton Adams. I'm a little bit different than Klayton Adams, man. My sons be laughing, boy. If I'm not wearing a suit when I go out, if I'm not wearing a suit, I'm wearing Dallas Cowboys gear. I don't know about the rest of y'all, man. I'm built different, man. I'm built different. I mean, if I'm not dressed to the nines of the suit, I got on cowboy gear and some Jordans. That's just what. That's what your boy rocking, man. That's what your boy rocking, man. I'm representing them Cowboys every time I go out, man. I'm representing them Cowboys every time I'm going out. And like I said, I got some stuff coming for you guys, but I think I made a mistake advertising that shirts and stuff when I was showing them to y'all last week, because a lot of those shirts went and sold out. And so unless you're wearing a specific size, you're not going to be able to get a shirt. But the people who I'm choosing, don't worry. I got my T-shirt, my T-shirt press thing. That's the next thing I'm getting. So you people will be the first ones getting those Let's Talk Cowboys shirts, so y'all can rock those out in public. But man, I'm telling you about me. I be rocking that Cowboy stuff, man. I mean, from head to toe, man. Man, I got the top, the Cowboys bottom. Man, I be head to toe. Man, my sons be like, "Do you have to represent the Cowboys everywhere you go?" I do. I don't know about y'all, man. I got to represent when I go out in public. I got to represent them boys, man. I got to represent them boys. I do. I got to represent. What up, football fanatic? What up, Frank Lawrence? What up, Attention? What's going on? Good to see everybody. What's going on, Brandy? Yeah, I be representing, boy, when I go out in public. Man, let me tell you about Klayton Adams, because he's about to get to this George Pickens part. Let me tell you about Klayton Adams. Klayton Adams actually has an uphill battle. Klayton Adams has an uphill battle as far as becoming a head coach in this league. Because Klayton Adams, even though he's the offensive coordinator, Klayton Adams is not calling plays. Klayton Adams is not calling plays in Dallas. He's doing some good things, I guess, in the running game in some respects. He's doing some good things in the run game. I mean, he's doing a great job. Him and the other guy that's the offensive line coach, I forget his name, but they're doing a great job. But as far as him becoming a head coach in this league, he's got an uphill battle. And the reason why he's got an uphill battle is because in order for you to become a head coach in this league, you have to either be a successful offensive coordinator, as in you calling the plays, or number two, you got to be a defensive coordinator who's had some very good success on defense. And because he's the offensive coordinator, but he's not calling plays, he's gonna have an uphill battle. He's gonna have an uphill battle trying to become a head coach in this league. He's definitely gonna have an uphill battle. Real estate vet from Las Vegas. What up, my man? He said, every place I go, I rep. I go to listing presentation with my Cowboys ball cap on. Man, you ain't lying, boy. Oh, let me tell you something, real estate vet. Man, I don't care where I go. If I got that Cowboy stuff on, boy, somebody either gonna say something. They either gonna say something positive about the Cowboys or they gonna say something negative about the Cowboys. Either way, it's a conversation starter. And the crazy thing is, man, I've had a couple of people. I've had a couple of people actually recognize me from the channel. I've had a couple of people come up to me and ask me if I'm that guy. I mean, I don't know. Does anybody else look like me? But they come up and ask me about the channel and stuff like that. Yeah, Justin Harris, Dak Attack. Hey, man. Hey, y'all make sure, if you didn't, y'all make sure y'all shout out Attack on Cowboys' birthday today. I saw, I didn't get a chance to watch the stream or anything like that, but I saw where he had a birthday stream, so y'all shout him out. But, man, Dudley said, I don't go, see, I wear my favorite Dallas Cowboys t-shirt from 93 or 94. It's a classic. Man, boy, I represent when I go out, bro. I'm sorry. I represent, man. Man, I represent when I go out, man. Man, every time I go somewhere, somebody always say, oh, man, I feel sorry for you. Oh, take that shirt off, or, yeah, we gonna do it this year. Either way, hey, man, I'm repping, man. Shoot, Poopy D said, I'm in Cowboys and Jordan gear, man. Man, I combine them, Poopy D. When I'm rocking that Cowboy stuff, man, I put them Jordans on, man. Depends on where I go. Yeah, Justin Harris said, don't forget my man. Oh, yeah, CeeDee Lamb is dangerous, man. No doubt about it. All right, let's listen to the rest of Klayton Adams. But he's going to have an uphill battle as far as becoming a head coach in this league, I believe.
In my zone.
All right.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the Cowboys. You said there are holes you look at, things you want to address. What are you focused on for 2026?
Well, I think, one of the biggest things is we want to take care of the football better than we did a year ago. We want to protect the quarterback better than we did a year ago. We want to be better in the red zone than we were a year ago. And so a lot of those things were not just things that we needed to answer going into the offseason. It's like, how do you dig into this, and what is the root of some of these issues, and then how do we solve those problems? And I feel really good about the process that we've gone through in the offseason with our.
I want you to look at these Cowboys numbers. Points per game, 7th. Total yards per game, 2nd. Rush yards per game, 9th. Pass yards per game, 2nd. And the Cowboys still left a lot on the table. I don't understand these people who keep talking about the Cowboys. Oh, they're going to fall back. How can you fall backwards? Those numbers, I'm just going to go out on a limb. Those numbers on that screen, they should actually be better with this offense. With Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Javonte Williams, Ferguson, Turpin, Ryan Flanoy, this offense can be better than 7th in points per game because we left a lot of points on the field. We went for it. We allowed some of our touchdowns to go turn into field goals. There's a reason why Brandon Aubrey commanding all this money. Brandon Aubrey just scoring so many points on the team. How terrible we were in the red zone. Missed opportunities on 4th downs. For as good as those numbers are, they're great. But when you think about how good Dak, Lamb, Pickens, oh, those numbers can be better, man. Those numbers can be better. And I think those numbers will be better. I think those numbers will improve. The Cowboys should actually be the #1 scoring team. They should be #1 in points per game. Total yards, they should be #1. Rush yards per game, I think there are some teams that got better rushing attacks than us. But if we can get Tyler Guyton and Terrence Steele, which Terrence Steele is really good in the run, but if we can get Tyler Guyton up to speed, we should improve to somewhere around the top 6. Passing yards per game, depending upon how much the run game improves. But again, I still think we should get more opportunities. So I still wouldn't be surprised if our passing yards per game actually be somewhere around the same. Which, second, I mean, hey, that's really, really good. But I'm telling us, man, those numbers could be better. Because, see, there's some other numbers that they don't have on there that Klayton Adams is talking about. Klayton Adams is talking about third down conversion, fourth down conversion, things like that. This offense can absolutely be better. It is just now scratching the surface. Brian Schottenheimer, I showed y'all on Tuesday. I'm telling you, people better get ready. I would not be surprised if Brian Schottenheimer opens up that passing game even more in 2026. The same way he did in his second season with the Seattle Seahawks. And then in his third season, he just opened up the floodgates. This passing game should get absolutely better. And I got a strange feeling with everything that's going on with George Pickens. Nah, man, they're going to open up this thing even more. But there is more. There was more meat on the bone. There was more meat on the bone, man. The Cowboys could have took off the bone, and they didn't. So I'm excited about what the Cowboys can do. Yeah, Texas boy B. Mackey. I think Ryan Flanoy, man, I think he's going to have a great season. I do too. I think he's going to have a great season. What up, Big Amish? Yeah, we need to be more efficient in maintaining drives. Big Amish, people do not realize, man, we had a lot of stalled drives. We really did. We had a lot of stalled drives. We did. A lot of stalled drives. So I think we can be better. Backbreaker, we going to see this year. Because in his second year backbreaker with the Seattle Seahawks, he improved exponentially. And not only in the second year, in the third year, he really improved. They went from 10-6, 11-5, 12-4. And every single year. By the time we got to the third year, y'all remember? Let Russ cook. Yeah. What's up, Gregory Davis? He said the Cowboys offense will be more lethal in year 2. It should be. I agree. In this offense, especially with all the starters returning, especially at the skill positions, I agree. I mean, they should go up. I don't think it should stay the same. I mean, these numbers right here, man, we ought to be so excited looking at those numbers on the screen. Oh, my gosh, the Cowboys can do better. They can do better. And, again, Carl Williams, if the defense gets more stops, the defense gets turnovers, oh, man, woo, they're going to be even better. Robert Dudley, I agree, too many field goals. Poobie D, I agree. Too predictable on first down. You already know we're going to run the ball. Big Amos said opening offense should not mean opening up Dak for injuries. I agree with that. Seattle had better wheels than what Dak has. You know what, though? But I'm going to give Dak Prescott credit over Russell Wilson because, one, Dak Prescott has a better mind. Dak Prescott has a better mind than Russell Wilson. He has a better mind, better arm, better understanding of the game. And I would even go as far to say he has better receivers. So Dak Prescott, where he may not have the wheels, I think he has the arm talent, and the mind. Dak is a savant back there at the quarterback. Baz, what's up? What's up, Baz? Good to see you. Everett, I tell you this, I don't know if we're going to put up 50, but I do expect to see quite a few 30-point games. I really do. I expect to see quite a few 30-point games. I expect to see drives sustained more. I expect the defense to get more stops, get more turnovers. I expect the defense to even score more touchdowns. I'm expecting some big things out of this. And I'm not talking about a top 10 defense, but with the talent that they have, I do believe that defense can get somewhere around 20 this year. Poopy D said our biggest problem sometimes is we are predictable. Yeah, I mean, just predictable, man. Predictable. Larry Golden, I don't understand why we were so bad in the red zone. Because Brian Schottenheimer tried to be cute. Because Brian Schottenheimer's trying to be cute. Man, run the ball, man. You remember, y'all remember Richard Sherman? Run the ball. Run the ball, man. That's what you do when you get down in the red zone, man. Run the ball. Run the doggone ball, man. J. Lou 903, what up? Good to see you. I like the run game right now. But we got to solidify who's going to be that number 2 back. We got to solidify who's going to be that number 1 back. That number 2 back with Javonte Williams. We do. All right, let me see. Backbreaker says, if you're a Cowboys fan and bank on downs in college, you're delusional. What he did in college, nobody cares anymore once you're drafted. Oh, Backbreaker. Caleb Downs is one of them. I think he's going to be fine this year with the Cowboys. All right, let's check out the rest of Klayton Adams.
Staff of really attacking those problems, and rather than just saying, hey, we're going to get better at this, like, how are we going to get better at that?
So you guys had
Gregor Davis, you make another great point. The Cowboys offense needs to start faster. I agree. If you're going to get the ball first, score a touchdown. If you're going to defer, defense get a stop, then when you get the ball second, score a touchdown. That's what I agree. You got to start faster. Yeah, I'm expecting more too. We about to see. Dudley says, Brandon Aubrey, 155 points kicking, great, but you wear out your kicker too. Yeah. Everett said too many times he went for it on 4th down when we didn't have to. Yep. Yeah, I'm expecting some improvements. I don't want to see them 4th downs.
Have a sort of lingering issue with George Pickens.
All right, so now we're about to shift. They're going to shift the whole conversation, and they couldn't resist. Man, hey, let me tell you something, too, off the subject, man. Hey, but that suit Ian Rappaport, boy, that suit Ian Rappaport wearing, man, boy, that thing clean right there, boy. That's a clean suit. Matter of fact, I got that same color. Got that same color with the vest. That's a clean suit, man. I see you. What up, Jack Edmonds? All right, let me put this in real quick. Klayton Adams, now he's about to talk about George Pickens, boy. Conversation about to heat up a little bit. Let's go. Klayton Adams is about to tell the truth about George Pickens. Check it out.
Given the franchise tag, and I think a lot of people, me included, thought, all right, well, you'll probably see him in late August. He signed. He has been around, expected to participate because he is under contract. This could have been, and I'm sure it'll be talked about, but for your offense, how important is that just to get him back in the fold and kind of just keep working rather than having it be like a lingering topic of conversation?
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting thing just because the business side of it is generally something that I'm not going to jump into. I just know from a personal perspective, like, I love the guy, and I like being around him in the building every day, and so I'm looking forward to seeing him whenever he comes around, and he's obviously an outstanding football player, so he's a big part of our plans.
How much more do you think you can?
Great point. Man, I'm telling y'all right now, if the Cowboys truly believe that they may not keep George Pickens this year, I'm absolutely expecting a couple of more moves because you can't waste George Pickens if you're saying this is the only year you're going to have him, and I hope this is not true. But if this is the only year that you're going to have George Pickens, you got to go for broke. You have to go for broke right now. Because it is no guarantee that if you allow George Pickens if you trade George Pickens, let's say the season is over, you trade George Pickens, there is no guarantee you'll find another wide receiver that will come in with the production that we're looking at on that screen. 93 receptions, 1,429 yards, 9 touchdowns, and some things that you don't see on that screen. 15.4 yards per catch, 400 and something yards after the catch. You are not going to replace that with a draft pick. You're not going to replace that with another wide receiver in this league. Man, you got to go for broke on this. You have to go for broke on this. George Pickens leaving the Dallas Cowboys next year will fundamentally change the way that they play. It doesn't mean that Dak Prescott won't still be great, but it will fundamentally change the way teams will be looking at you the following year. George Pickens, man, and I don't want to believe this is going to be George Pickens' last year with the Cowboys, but if it is, they got to go for broke. They got to go for broke, man. You got to go for the Super Bowl this year. You got to go for broke. You do. You got to do everything you can do to get in that bowl game. You got to go for broke. And I do believe, I'm just not believing the Cowboys are not going to extend George Pickens. I will not be surprised if the Cowboys find a way to extend George Pickens next year. I won't. Mark Davis, what is going on, man? I checked out the Fragrance channel. We're going to look at it again before we out of here today. I checked you out, man. You on your way. Keep going. All right, Frank Lawrence. Appreciate the super chat. Frank Lawrence said, I have a gut feeling we had a home run with free agency trades in the especially the draft. Jay Sean, Malachi, Devin, Caleb, D, Jalen, jail like in 92, sky's the limit. I agree. And you know what? I think that's the important part, Frank Lawrence. A lot of people may not be realizing. And what really helps us with some of these quote-unquote rookies that we're going to probably have playing, but we got veterans to anchor the defense. The veterans to anchor this defense is Quinnen Williams and Kenny Clark. We got veterans on our defensive line. We brought in Rashawn Gary. And I wouldn't say he's a veteran, but he's definitely been around for a while. D. Winters, we brought him in. He's been around for a while. Jalen Thompson, we brought him in. Kobe Durant, we got guys. We're not going to be just starting a bunch of rookies out there. We're going to have a good combination of veterans, some younger players and some rookies. I think we're going to have we got a very good situation going on defense. And I don't think the Cowboys are finished on defense. I don't think they're finished. I do foresee the Cowboys bringing in at least 2 more pieces on defense. I wouldn't be surprised if they brought in another linebacker. I still think they're going to circle the block on Jordan Brooks one more time. I still think the Cowboys going to circle the block. Now, I think they're going to circle the block on Jordan Brooks. I do believe the Cowboys are going to attempt to maybe bring in, if they can, at the right price, the Cowboys will try to bring in a pass rush specialist. I think they will attempt to do it. We'll see what happens. But again, you're hearing Klayton Adams. George Pickens is a huge part of what the Cowboys want to do this year. He's important. He is important. And even Jerry is saying the same thing. They got big plans, high expectations. High expectations for George Pickens. I do too. Bass, I'm a hope against hope right now, Bass. I can understand where you would say you don't think they're going to keep him. I'm going to talk about that, Bass. Hold on. You and Dominique, y'all hold on. When we get to the George Pickens conspiracy, y'all's mind going to be blown. Michio, what up, Michio? He said, hey, I know you've been seeing me and not speaking. I've been watching you from my TV and not my phone, but I'm tuned in live from work. Super excited for the season. Yes, sir. What up, Michio? Yes, sir, Mark Davis. Always. Backbreaker, I would not be surprised if it's I don't think it'll be Wagner. Because if you're talking about a pass rush specialist, give me the other guy that we're talking about. The guy that played in Buffalo. I'm sorry. His name slips my mind right now, but everybody knows who I'm talking about. I think they will go get him if they're looking for a pass rush specialist rather than Bobby Wagner. But I know y'all know who I'm talking about. All right, let's check out what else he says about George Pickens.
get out of him now that you've got him you're going to have him through the off season and going into a full season?
Yeah, I think the familiarity with what we're doing, it can improve, and the detail of what we're doing can always improve. But the biggest thing that I learned from having two elite playmakers on the outside is the effect that you can draw to all the other parts of your offense. I think we're just scratching the surface there of, what opportunities does it give you in the run game, and what opportunities does it give you on first and second down to really blend and marry what you're doing. Those are all things that we are very, very excited to get into.
Last thing for.
So notice how they're talking about George Pickens. And this is one of the things that leads me to believe that the Cowboys are not going to let go of George Pickens even next year. I don't think they're going to do it. I don't think they're going to do it. And I understand where a lot of people are thinking that they're not going to do it. Thinking they're going to do it. But I think the Cowboys are going to try their best to keep George Pickens. I'm telling y'all now, I want y'all to imagine this scenario. So do we really believe if the Dallas Cowboys this year go all the way to the NFC Championship game or the Super Bowl, and George Pickens is a huge part of that, do we really believe that Jerry is not going to do everything in his power to run it back? Man, Jerry will do everything in his power to run it back. Everything he will. Man, I'm telling you, I will not be surprised if this thing happens the way that I think it's going to happen. I believe next year, Dak Prescott gets an extension, and we are going to see the first contract where Dak Prescott is going to give the Dallas Cowboys a discount. I believe on the next contract, Dak is going to give the Dallas Cowboys a serious discount. I do. I wouldn't be surprised he locks himself in for about an extra 2 to 3 guaranteed years. He just locks himself all the way in, while at the same time giving the Cowboys cap relief by giving them a discount so that they can keep CeeDee Lamb and keep George Pickens for at least 2 to 3 more seasons. And whatever else they need to do defensively. I believe that Dak is going to give them the first discount coming up when they rework this deal. I think it will be the first discount. I do. There's no doubt about it. I think he's going to give him. Yeah, Von Miller, Cowboy Mike. I believe Von Miller. I believe it'll either be Von Miller. Joey Bosa may want way too much money. I wouldn't be mad if they brought in Joey Bosa, but I think Von Miller could be the guy that they bring in. I wouldn't be surprised, but I do believe they're going to attempt to bring in someone else as a pass rush specialist only. This is all they're going to do. Because I don't think when I look at the rest of the Cowboys defense, I don't think they need anything else. As far as as rushing the quarterback goes, or let me say it like this, as far as the defense goes, we're going to look at the roster in a moment. But as far as their defense goes, I don't think they need anything else other than specialist types of things. You need a quarterback specialist, somebody who that this is what they do. You bring them in on 3rd and long and you say, go get the quarterback. That's all I need you to do. I would go get a Von Miller for that. Joey Bosa, if I could get the price right, I'd go get a Joey Bosa for that. I'm going to get specialists now. That's all I'm going to do. Bass said, Dak's made so much money, I can see it, G. He does the Brady hometown discount. I believe that's exactly what he's going to do. I believe the next contract, Dak's going to do a serious discount. I do. Dominique, appreciate this super chat, my brother. He said, like they kept Murray after he rushed. Well, let me tell you about Dominique. So hold on. Let's not compare DeMarco Murray to the situation with George Pickens because of this. DeMarco Murray, the Cowboys had already ran DeMarco Murray in the ground. They'd already ran DeMarco Murray in the ground. And as a matter of fact, DeMarco Murray actually had his quote unquote, he had his opportunity at a Super Bowl run. Dominique, let's understand something about DeMarco Murray. We do know that Dan Blandino and the referees actually robbed DeMarco Murray of a Super Bowl run. We do realize that Dez Bryant it was the year of the Dez Bryant catch that they said was no catch, where DeMarco Murray was so dominant. The Cowboys knew they were not going to re-sign DeMarco Murray because they had ran him in the ground. The thing about when you think about George Pickens, you're not going to run George Pickens in the ground. He's a wide receiver. He's in great shape. The way he just kind of runs about things, man, even after this season, man, George is a premier wide receiver. He's going to continue to be in his prime. He's still going to be a piece that you would want to keep. DeMarco Murray, we were already hearing rumblings of Ezekiel Elliott. We were already hearing rumblings. So I think it's going to be a different thing, because the thing about running backs translate to the league so quick, where wide receivers may take a little bit more time to develop. I mean, even CD wasn't the CD we're looking at now, but these running backs, man, they normally come in on fire. So replacing a running back is different than replacing a guy like George Pickens. Man, George Pickens is literally, I believe, a top 5 receiver in this league. But I also believe that George is going to have to put in his mind, too, that if you go somewhere and get the money, you might not go somewhere else and have Dak Prescott. And that's going to be another issue that he's going to have to consider. Do you want the money or do you want to win? So do you want both? So you got to find a way to get both. All right, so let's listen to some more Klayton Adams. But he's telling the truth, man. George is an important piece for the Cowboys in this whole situation. Dominique said, I can't agree. No, but Murray was done, man. Murray was done after the Cowboys. And again, Dominique, listen to what I'm saying on this part. DeMarco Murray was replaceable, though. Ezekiel Elliott came in his rookie season and replaced DeMarco Murray. You're not getting a rookie to replace George Pickens. There ain't a rookie coming out next year or the year after that can just immediately come in and do what Zeke did. Zeke came through the door and replaced DeMarco Murray. Replaced him. You're not doing that to George Pickens. George Pickens is too good. Bottom line, he's too good. And I believe Jerry Jones has a different affinity for George Pickens than he had. I don't think Jerry had an affinity for DeMarco Murray. Everybody knew what it was with DeMarco Murray. Everybody knew that was DeMarco Murray's last year. Everybody knew it. Everybody knew that season was his last season. Not when it comes to George. Yeah, Dominique, yeah, I get you. DeMarco Murray, he had 2 more 1,000-yard seasons. That ain't enough, though. That ain't enough. They didn't get Zeke until 2 years later after Murray, but still. What DeMarco Murray did, I've already talked about this, Dominique. Go check every running back who's gotten 2,000 yards other than Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson is an alien. Go check everybody else. Every running back that runs 2,000 yards or that year after or gets close to that 2,000-yard mark, there are very few running backs that are any good after they get those 2,000-yard seasons. DeMarco Murray, they ran him in the ground. Now, the Cowboys were good with DeMarco Murray. Everybody knew they were letting go of DeMarco Murray. Everybody knew it. Or at least I thought everybody knew it, because it was the talk even in his last season from the get-go. Everybody was like, this is going to be the last year. That's why the Cowboys was running him. They was running him like a dog. But I'm good. I'm good with what they did with DeMarco Murray. But I will not be good letting go of a wide receiver like a George Pickens, because George Pickens changes the way Klayton Adams just explained it. George Pickens changes the way defenses look at you. He changes it. You have to play them different. Bass, actually, they didn't do the same thing with Zeke that they did to Murray. They actually gave Zeke a contract that they never should have gave Zeke. The Dallas Cowboys gave Ezekiel Elliott one of the most foolish contracts that you could ever give. What was it, a $95 million contract? I mean, that was crazy. Why would they give him that contract? That was literally insanity. But again, I will say this. Let me see, someone here. I will say this about George Pickens, because I see where people are talking about how they tagged Dak twice. Well, you got to think about it. If they tag George Pickens twice, George Pickens still wins. And I also believe that the Cowboys win. If you get him at the top of his game for 2 years, somewhere in there, you're probably thinking we should probably get to the Super Bowl. Don't y'all think? If they keep George Pickens even for just one more year, would we not think that that would mean that if you can't get to the Super Bowl with George Pickens in 2 seasons in a row, now come on now, something is wrong. Something is wrong. Frank Lawrence said George Pickens a fool. He blows up his spot in Dallas. Yeah, he's got to really consider that too. Cowboy Mike, we will never forget that part either. Murray fumbled the rock during crucial moments. And one of the crucial moments, Cowboy Mike, he fumbled the ball, was in the second quarter, I believe, of the Green Bay Packers game. Oh my, man, the Cowboys were about to run off, I think, on the Green Bay Packers in that game in the playoffs. And DeMarco Murray fumbled a crazy, oh man, it was crazy. Crazy. I believe they were about to just take off on them boys, man. I really do. All right, let's listen to the rest of Klayton Adams, and we'll continue this conversation about George Pickens.
Klayton, you have, as you look at your potential journey to be a head coach, you have a franchise quarterback that I think a lot of people would like to have.
Okay, so that concluded Pickens, but let's hear what he says. Obviously, let's see what he says about Dak.
Dak has been, what he's accomplished, I don't really need to state. I think everybody knows. What is next for him? What is the focus for Dak Prescott as he heads into another year with another very talented, should be very high-powered offense?
Well, I think that, there's probably been a lot of years where, people would say what he's done has been good enough. I mean, I think that the ultimate goal for him is he's got to play really high-level football every single week. He's done that a lot throughout his career. We got to make up, for the other areas that maybe have failed him in the past. And so I don't think it's about Dak trying to be Superman. I think it's about Dak being the best version of himself and us finding ways to make the rest of the offense and the rest of the team better.
Klayton, great stuff. Really appreciate this time, and obviously we'll be talking about you plenty more in the future.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, I talked about this thing that he's kind of talking about right there at the end. He's talking about this thing about, not wanting Dak to be Superman. And the way that I kind of worded this is, I really believe that the Cowboys, that Dak Prescott needs to be able to be Clark Kent sometimes too. You cannot be Superman all the time. You have to be able to be Clark Kent sometimes. You have to be able to be Clark Kent. And so the Cowboys need to have some moments where Dak Prescott just let him be efficient. Just let him be efficient. Hand the ball off, throw the ball when need be, and load it up for about those 4 or 5 times during the game where you're going to take the big shots. But they need to let Dak Prescott be Clark Kent. Don't have him always running for his life. Don't have him always running for his life back there because Tyler Guyton done whiffed on the doggone block or something like that. And Dak Prescott's having to run and all of these things. No, we need him to be Clark Kent. We need him to be Clark Kent sometimes too. Nobody wants to see a Superman movie where Superman is Superman the whole movie. No, we want to see him as being Clark Kent. We want to see him sometimes just being a little bit regular, a little bit goofy, hanging out with Lois or whatever the case may be. And so we need Dak Prescott to be able to have some of that normalcy, be very efficient, sustain drives, running the ball in the red zone, getting in the end zone in the red zone on the ground, rather than having to come up with all these old crazy, dumb trick plays and anything else that you name. All right, and I want to make sure, Dominique, you were talking about DeMarco Murray, and somebody else had already answered the bell on this, but DeMarco Murray's last season actually with the Cowboys, I believe it was 2013? It was 2013. So it was actually 1 year, I believe, in between when the Cowboys, Dominique, got Ezekiel Elliott. I want to make sure I went back and looked that up so we can make sure we stay factual on that point right there. Let's kind of go back over there, see that up on the screen. So actually what wound up happening that following year when the Cowboys let go of DeMarco Murray, just to prove the point again, see, running backs are replaceable. Darren McFadden came in, ran for 1,089 yards. I believe Joseph Randall, 315 yards. Lance Dunbar, 251 yards. Christine Michael, 51 yards. So when you add up all of those yards just off the top of my brain, the Cowboys basically replaced DeMarco Murray minus 300 yards. Running backs are replaceable. Running backs are replaceable, especially when you can go in the draft and get one like they did the year after when they came in and got one Ezekiel Elliott in 2016. But again, you're not going to get a wide receiver to come in and do what George Pickens can do for you. Rookie wide receivers got to earn those stripes. They got to earn those stripes. They got to get used to the speed of the game. They got to get used to the speed of the game. But when you're talking about running backs, man, you can get a rookie running back and come in behind the right line. Boy, they'll tear that thing up. They will tear teams up if you give them the right line. Because what else do they know how to do? Run the doggone ball. That's what they do. But again, man, George Pickens, if nobody is paying attention, people did not believe Jerry Jones when he was saying this. And they didn't believe Stephen Jones when he was saying this. But I think the Cowboys are making believers out of people. I don't think there's any plans on trading George Pickens. I'm not sure there are any plans on trading George Pickens next season. I mean, I think people are saying this. I just don't know if it's true. If the Cowboys get to the NFC Championship game, I got a hard time believing that they're going to say, hey, man, we got to the NFC Championship game, so now let's let George Pickens go. Why in the world would you do that? It would be crazy on your part to do that. Let's go over here to Yahoo Sports. And matter of fact, okay, I actually got Jerry's expectations twice. So we'll be able to skip that because this actually is Jerry expectations. I put that on there twice on accident. So let's look at these expectations.
Yes! Here we go.
Jerry Jones Jerry Jones did some kind of interview, and I'm hoping that we're going to get the whole thing here pretty soon. But they've only given us a couple of snippets from this interview that Jerry Jones had. And I'm gonna fit both of these in here as a matter of fact. Jerry Jones was talking. Boy, Jerry Jones is crazy. Jerry Jones was talking about the international games. Let's deal with what he said about the international games first. And we'll flip that all into his expectations for George Pickens. But one of the things that came out of this interview is they was talking to Jerry Jones about this doggone international schedule. And Jerry Jones got people rolling on this thing, man. They were asking Jerry Jones about these games and the wear and the tear on the body. And Jerry Jones said, the wear and tear is a lot less than a night out on the town. Man. But hey, let me tell y'all something about Jerry Jones if y'all don't know already. When you say that traveling to Rio de Janeiro is a lot less wear and tear than a night out on the town, man, you got to tell me what your nights out on the town look like, bro. Man, you got to tell me You gotta tell me what your night out on the town look like, bro. Man, this sounds like Jerry's talking about some stuff that I used to do back before I came into the church, man, when I was coming out of high school. Man, I can remember back in the day. Man, boy, I was built different back in the day, man. Man, I used to stay out all night. I used to stay out and party. I used to stay out and party on a Sunday night till 5 o'clock in the morning and go to work at 6 o'clock in the morning. Jerry must be talking about them kind of... Man, Jerry must be talking about them kind of nights out on the town. Man, are y'all seeing this? Jerry Jones said there is the wear and tear... The wear and tear is a lot less than a night out on the town. Boy, Jerry must have had some serious... What kind of nights out on the towns this man having, boy? You must be having them old kind like I used to have back in the day, boy. Because that's the only thing I could be thinking of, man. That's the only thing I could be thinking of. That's a crazy night out on the town, man. Boy, that's some serious travel right there, boy. That's some serious travel. But this is Jerry Jones said, everybody ought to think about that. Stop. It isn't like it's not like they would be home in bed resting. Boy, Jerry's crazy, boy. Boy, Jerry is crazy, man. Boy, Jerry is basically saying that these dudes would be out partying anyway. So, hey, man, they'll be on the plane sleeping. So Jerry said it ain't that big of a deal. Hey, man, boy, that different, bro. Jerry different, man. I'm sorry, Jerry's different. JCT, what up, JCT Slice? AKA G, you skipping comments. He said Shady McCoy said that Dak Prescott gets the most hype in the NFL for not winning a Super Bowl. No, that's actually Josh Allen and Justin Herbert. Dominique, I'll be honest with you, I don't even know if I would have paid Zeke the kind of money the Cowboys paid him. The kind of money that the Cowboys paid Zeke was insane. And I really believe that Darren McFadden had some issues. But Darren McFadden, that he had a better line, no, I believe Darren McFadden would have been off the chain, man. I really do. Roy Hannah said, that sounds a lot like bumping uglies. Oh, hey, man, let me tell you something. Hey, man, I wasn't even doing that when I was out till 5 o'clock in the morning, man. Now, me and my homeboy, Bass, let me tell you something, Bass. Hey, man, we be out straight partying. We would be out straight partying, man. Incognito, he said Jerry got jokes. Hey, he must be talking about like we used to do back in the day, man. Because, boy, you got to be doing some serious partying to it to be worse than traveling a 10-hour flight to Rio de Janeiro. Boy, Jerry is talking about some serious party. Because Jerry said they wouldn't be in bed anyway. Jerry said they wouldn't be in bed anyway. Hey, what's going on, Kobe Knott? He said if CP gets defense in order, which I think he will, Shotty can go all out on offense without a distraction. I agree. If our defense is good, our offense will be unleashed. If GP has an even better year than last, he's signed 100%. Man, I'm going to tell you something, too, people aren't giving Brian Schottenheimer credit for. Brian Schottenheimer's put together a very good coaching staff. I think he's put together a very good coaching staff. Yeah. Shoot, Larry Golden. You know what? I'm going to tell you, I believe this to be 100% true, Larry Golden. There goes the reason why Jerry and Steven have gotten so old so quickly, because they are partiers. Larry Golden, I'm going to tell you right now, I believe Stephen Jones. Man, Jerry Jones is pretty old. Jerry's pretty old. Let me see how old Jerry is. Let's see. How old is Jerry Jones? How old is Jerry and Stephen Jones? Now, Jerry Jones is 83, Larry Golden. Jerry Jones is 83. I mean, I can kind of understand Jerry Jones. I can kind of understand Jerry Jones at 83 years old. I mean, let me see if I can pull up a good picture of Jerry Jones. I mean, I can understand Jerry Jones looking like this. I can understand Jerry Jones looking like this at 83. I can absolutely understand it. I can understand Jerry Jones looking like this at 83, man. Jerry Jones, I mean, he's done a lot of things in his life, I'm sure. I'm sure. Not to mention a lot of partying. I'm sure Jerry Jones has done a lot of partying. But I'm going to give you the thing that I don't understand. Man, I know some folks that are 63 years old. Stephen Jones, I believe, is 63. Stephen Jones is 61. 61 years old. Now, I'm going to tell you why I'm struggling. Stephen Jones is 61 years old with money. We're talking 61 years old with money. Somebody's got to explain this to me. How does Stephen Jones goes from looking like this? This is Stephen Jones. Stephen Jones goes from looking like this to Stephen Jones looking like this. At 61? Hey, man. Hey, let me tell you, y'all looking at a man done live life right here, boy. Boy, y'all looking at a man that done live life. That's all I'm telling you. Shoot. Hey, I know why they said what they said, Larry Golden. They are partiers. Steven, bro, those two pictures, man, nope. 61? My gosh, bro. This man has partied up. There is no doubt in my mind. Ever said Jerry talking about clubbing? Boy, you ain't lying. Yeah, Skeptic, you know we can agree on things, no doubt, my brother. Shoot. Boy. Bazzy. Yeah, I think he used to party like me and you both, bro. Shoot, I think he used to party like me and you both. I'm telling you, man. Shoot. Dominique said Jerry's 147, man. Shoot. Boy, them jokers done partied out, man. Larry Golden said, when you got money, Jerry has, it's like the Gap Band. Party train. Shoot. Man, we them boys said Stephen Jones looks the same age as his dad. No doubt, bro. No doubt. There is no doubt, bro. Shoot. Man, Keith Washington said Stephen looks 73. Boy, I'm telling you, boy. Shoot. Man. JCT said, what hype? Now, Dak, you know what? People just starting to respect Dak now after so many years. That's what's really going on. Boy, Dominique, boy, you ain't lying, boy. Man, but Jerry ain't the one that's done aged like an avocado to me, bro. Shoot. It's Stephen Jones, man. This dude, man. Man, Stephen Jones done been out there, bro. Shoot. Bad said, my lady said this the other day, too, when I was listening to them speak to the media. Shoot, let me tell you, boy. Hey, Cole Benop, he said Jerry been still this youth. Cole Benop said Jerry's a vampire. Man said that y'all got stories, man. Boy, Jerry got me rolling on this statement, bro. How do you compare a night out to traveling 10 hours to Rio de Janeiro, bro, and compare that to a night out? Jerry, what kind of nights out, bro? What kind of nights out have you been having? Jerry be tripping, man. Listen what else. Jerry sounds just like a partier, guys. Listen to what Jerry's saying. This sounds like a person that has partied a lot. He said part of being a player, part of being that age person, part of being all of that shape they're in and what have you, is they're able to have a little extracurricular in many ways. Boy, Jerry wild, boy. Jerry is wild. Jerry said he could be a lot more damaging just walking down the block. Jerry, I don't know what blocks you walking down, bro. Well, I don't know what block Jerry walking down, bro. Unless he talking about them same blocks. The same blocks that I used to walk when I was younger. Angie the Rebel Chicks, my unofficial co-host. What's up? Angie said, gee, no shade, but white dude crack. Bye now, back to the shadow realm. Angie, I'm going to tell you something. Angie, I know some 83-year-old folk that look way better than Jerry Jones. I know some 83-year-old white folk that look better than Jerry Jones. And especially 61, talk about Stephen Jones. But I'm telling you right now, Angie, they been partying. Them boys been partying. When you talking like this, and this is how I thought when I was younger. Man, when I was young, I'm young. No big deal. I'm young, man. I would stay up. I'm not even exaggerating. I would have to be at work at 6, 7, 8 o'clock. Getting home at 5, 6. Easy. No big deal. Lay down for about 30 minutes, get up, throw my work clothes on, go right to work, working with dangerous machinery. Well, it was different back then, boy. Shoot, Jerry talking about that kind of stuff. I don't think no players are out there partying like that, Jerry. That going to Rio de Janeiro is harder than doggone riding on the plane sleep. Shoot. Big Abby said Jerry drinking that adrenochrome. I know what you're talking about. Boy, hey, bass player, you ain't lying, bro. Steven look more like Jerry's brother. Maybe that's why he don't call him dad. He calls him Jerry. Maybe that's why. Shoot, Jerry Wild boy said that. Jerry is straight wild for saying this. All right, man, I'm sorry. Jerry had me laughing when I saw this part of the interview, man. All right, let's go now to his expectations for George Pickens. Let's now go to his expectations for George Pickens. So now he's talking about in the interview, he talks about this thing with George Pickens. And this is going to lead me to what I'm going to tell you is what I'm calling the George Pickens conspiracy. The George Pickens conspiracy. And I'm going to show you something in a moment that's crazy when you think about this. So it says here the Cowboys continue to view George Pickens franchise tag as a win-win. And I want you to look at how Jerry is talking about this. Jerry says, this is great from our view. Talking about George being on the franchise tag. He says for him as well. And I'm going to explain to you what I believe he means here. It says it lets him really extend what he's got going on right now in light of the fact that, now watch this, ... pause. When we got him for no other reason than because there was a long-term question. Jerry Jones said a lot in that one sentence. Jerry Jones just said in that sentence, watch this. This is great in our view. Jerry, why is it great in your view? Because the Dallas Cowboys get a $40 million wide receiver for $27 million. They get a $40 million a year receiver for $27 million. And we can argue whether or not a team would pay him $40 million. I don't think the argument is if anyone would pay him $40 million. But if it were not for some of the behavior issues in the past, George Pickens play level is of a $40 million wide receiver. That's the argument that we could actually make. Now, all the other stuff, that's a whole different discussion. But his play on the field is a $40 million wide receiver, a top 5 wide receiver. So Jerry is saying, hey, it's great for us. We're getting a $40 million wide receiver for $27 million. But Jerry says, but for him as well, because I've been making this same argument, and I know we may not like it. I know that it's a risk for George to be playing under the franchise tag. But these are the cards that George played a part in being dealt. But what Jerry is actually saying, George Pickens gets an opportunity to not only show us, but to show the rest of the entire league that who he was with us in 2025 is who he is going to be and more and better going forward in 2026 and beyond. That's what he's saying. That George gets a chance to keep proving it to people. Because if we don't extend George Pickens with another year of doing what he's supposed to do, George Pickens will have answered the long-term question for anybody questioning, is this the long-term? Is this who George really is? He does it 2 years in a row. That will be enough for some team to come along if the Cowboys don't want to pay George. Another team will be able to come along and say, hey, you know what? We've seen enough. George balled out in 25. He balled out in 26. Behavior was great in the locker room, on the sidelines, off the field. We're willing to pay him $42 million, Dallas Cowboys. We're going to make him our franchise wide receiver. And oh, by the way, we're going to give you maybe a player, but most of all, we're going to give you a first-round draft pick and a third-round draft pick. This is what Jerry is saying. And the reason why I know this is what Jerry is saying, man, I'm about to let y'all hear something that I don't know if you call it diabolical or if it's just reality or whatever the case may be. But I'm going to call it the George Pickens conspiracy. And this is mind-blowing when you think about what I'm about to expose about what these people keep saying about George Pickens. But Jerry Jones said when we got him for no other reason than because there was a long-term question. Throughout next year and this year, he'll answer all those questions. Do y'all hear what Jerry Jones just said? That George gets to prove those people who believe in him right and those people who don't believe in him wrong. He gets to do all of that. And he gets to do it on the biggest stage in football. What better place to rehabilitate your name and reputation than the doggone Dallas Cowboys? What better place? What better place than a place that is known for drama that you don't cause any drama? What better place? What better place could George Pickens get the opportunity to prove, other than Dallas, that he is a $40 million wide receiver than the Dallas Cowboys? I see what Jerry is saying. We don't have to agree with it, but I see what he's saying because I said some similar things. You get the biggest stage to prove to everybody who you really are. It's the biggest stage in football. It absolutely is. JCT said you could argue that Jalen Hurts has gotten the most hype for a QB. Nah, I'm going to tell you something. Josh Allen and Justin Herbert, you can't really call Jalen Hurts hype because Jalen Hurts has actually been to 2 Super Bowls and won one of them. Now, it's hype when people try to make Jalen Hurts into a top 5 quarterback. So I think that part right there, you don't need to be having that conversation. But Jalen Hurts, you really can't call Jalen Hurts hype. He's won. He's won on the biggest stage, even though he had a super team around him. He's won on the biggest stage. No, the most hyped quarterbacks in this league right now, as we sit here, it is none other than Josh Allen and the if man, Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert is the ultimate if man. That's what he is. He's the if man. Everybody's always talking about if with Justin Herbert. They are the 2 most overhyped quarterbacks in this league. But that's the expectations that Jerry Jones is talking about for George Pickens. And I look at it in a positive way in a sense too, that Jerry is saying something. Man, this is great from our view because George Pickens is going to prove everybody wrong. George Pickens is going to prove those of us who believe in him right. George Pickens is going to get that big contract in the 2027, whether it be with the Cowboys or whether it be with someone else. George Pickens is going to be a big part of the Cowboys' plans in 2026, and he's going to do even greater things than he did in 2025. So don't have to agree with what Jerry is saying, but I think what he's saying is pretty much what it is. I think it's what it is. I do. Real Estate Vet, he says, yeah, in the Army, we would party up to 30 minutes before formation. Living in Germany, yep. Running played with earrings and glitter still on us, Army life. Man, I wasn't even in the Army and I was doing that stuff, man. I wasn't even in the Army. yeah, Dudley, the Johnny Rock, hey, they been partying, bro. They been partying. Bass, of course, they see it as a win. Yeah, but Bass, I think there's the other part of it too. I definitely think there's the other part of it. That George does it again, that there will be people out there that they are going to be willing to say, nah, man, we done seen enough. We giving up 2 first-round picks. Or we'll give up a first, a second, and a third. Or we'll give up a first, third, and a fourth. He'll get that $40 million. The question is, and Robert Dudley says, past in his maturity, have you grown up? Robert Dudley, I was talking about this last night in Bible study. This is what people don't understand. Solomon teaches this in Ecclesiastes. See, a good name, people do not understand how important a good name is. It is easier to get a bad reputation than it is to get a good reputation. It's easy to get a bad reputation. And it is absolutely hard that once you get a bad reputation, man, when you get a bad reputation, it's hard to get a good reputation. It took Paul 12 years. In the Bible, it took Paul 12 years from people seeing that he was crucifying Christians in the grand scheme of things. I mean, he was terrorizing Christians. That when he got converted, that when he first ran up on people, they were like, hey, this is Paul. This is the dude that was persecuting Christians. They were reluctant to let him in the door. It took him 12 years before people really started saying and realizing who Paul was. Man, it's hard to get a good reputation back. This is why you better teach y'all better teach y'all children. Y'all better teach y'all children. Y'all better teach y'all nieces. Y'all better teach y'all nephews. Do not go out there getting bad reputations because they are hard. They are absolutely hard. It is hard to come back from a good reputation. You have to do 3, 4, 5 times the work, 10 times the work to get a good reputation back from a bad reputation. Shoot, man, I'm going to tell you, a bad reputation is easy to get and it's hard to get rid of. Y'all better teach y'all children, man. Teach y'all children this stuff. Because y'all will be crying about your children. You'll be crying about your grandchildren, your nieces and your nephews. You'll be crying the same way. And thankfully, George Pickens is in a profession to where he can make $27 million, where he's getting his reputation back. Man, we do some of these things in the world. We don't get out. We don't get to make $27 million while rehabilitating our doggone reputation. Man, the reputation is hard to rebuild. Y'all, and if y'all don't hear me get a bad reputation, you will understand what I'm telling you. Yeah, Jabri Quinn, you teaching G, amen. Hey, I'm telling us, man. Shoot, a bad name is hard to get over. Man, God will forgive you and people will still hold you accountable for what you did in the past. Man, people not understanding this. This is why I say, man, sometimes people just be blabbing and don't understand what they're saying. It don't matter if it's Jerry Jones. This is the life that we live, man. This is why when I was growing up, the one thing that they always told you to protect was your name. Protect your name. You have to protect your name. People will judge you by your behavior, man. Kobe, and he said teams may play GP different, but if the scheme is there and our offense adapts to GP, is talented enough to play through it, I guarantee it. I do too. Big Abba said what you are saying now should be played on the news all the time. Yeah, man. Shoot, don't get mad at people. We get mad at people because we get mad at people because people won't believe that we changed. Oh, I've changed. Well, hey, we saw what you were all that time. Hey, and you know what people are telling you? Nah, we ain't gonna fall for this. You ain't done it long enough. Get mad, get glad with a heavyweight trash bag. Shoot, it is what it is. It is what it is. Shoot, Baz, hey, hey, Peter was looking at Paul like, hey, bro, you good? Hey, man, it is what it is. Shoot. Big Amma said, my father would say, show me your friends, I'll tell you who you are. Shoot, show me your friends, I'll tell you your future too. Yeah, Mr. Get Dirty said, I know from experience, it's all about gaining the trust of the ones that love you because your name is all you got in the end. Sit. Shoot, boy. And folks don't understand, man. And let's talk about this last Sunday, Mr. Get Dirty. Shoot, I don't need a tombstone. Because God ain't going to judge nobody by the tombstone. God is going to judge you by the life that you lived before you got in that grave. And even when we look at the tombstone, the question is, God is going to look at the dash. What did you do in between? I just need to know about the dash. I'm telling you. All Kenneth Knott said. Ask Michael Vick about reputation. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Cheese. Hey, Cowboys Daily, all you have is your word and your name, man. We got to teach these young folks that, Cheese. We got to teach them that, man. Dominique said, I remember my pops used to always tell me our last name means something. I could even think about messing up. Too many of my pops' friends knew who I was. You better say it, Dominique. Dominique, let me tell you, man, when I was young, folks used to ask you in a heartbeat, who your folks? Man, you tell folks your last name. I know your mama. I know she raised you better than that. Shoe, boy. People ain't hearing me, man. This generation ain't hearing me. And this is why folks be crying about stuff they shouldn't be crying about, man. No, man, you sometimes you do things when you're young and dumb. And you do things that you are young and dumb that even when you rehabilitate and repent, you got to give people time to look at you and say you changed. Yeah, you have changed, so keep living changed. But it takes other people around you time to acknowledge your change. I'm telling you, it took me years. It took me years. I'm telling you. If you'd have knew me 20 years ago, I'm just telling you, man. I'm just telling you. It took me years. It took me years in my career. It took me years with people. It took me years with my family. It took years. Just telling us, man. We have folks out here crying about him, you know, and I don't want George to play on a franchise tag. I believe George Pickens has changed. But unfortunately, man, this is life. You have to continue. You have to continue to be who you say that you are. Yeah, Bass, hey, man, them old times, bro, hey, times was different. It was different. JCT, he says, talking about Dak, I mean the players who have won already, could you argue that he's gotten the most hype relative to what his actual role was on the team? Yeah, I could. At the same, you know, I think when they was hyping him up top 5 quarterback, but, you know, at the same time, man, you really got to give Jalen Hurts credit, man. He's won on every level. Problem is, he just isn't the quarterback that everybody wants him to be. That's the only thing is. Yeah. Dominique said, yeah, I couldn't even wait for that. They saw my face and knew who my people were. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. God be the glory. Jabri, he said, this is why Let's Talk Cowboys the best out there. No one else has conversations like this. Hey, man, to God be the glory, man. I'm just trying to help us, man, because we see this stuff in everyday life, man. Baz said, we learn, we grow, we move. Is very true. Man, Baz, let me tell you something, bro. Bell, I could tell y'all some stories. And I ain't going to tell you one, but I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you a short story. I understand this whole situation that George is going through. Not from this perspective of $27 million in football, but I'll tell you this, man, I gave up a bonus one time at a company that I work for. I gave up a bonus. I gave up a 5-figure bonus. A 5-figure bonus. And I think I was early in my marriage too. It was early in my marriage. I gave up a 5-figure bonus when my children, I didn't even have all my children yet, and they were like knee high. I gave up a 5-figure bonus for doing something stupid. Boy, y'all not hearing me, man. I've lived this stuff. I didn't give up what George could be making. Oh, man, if George hadn't had some of the issues, there's no telling what he would have made with Pittsburgh. He would be a $40 million receiver because this would be the year. But I gave up a 5-figure bonus, man, doing something stupid. And it takes time to recover from stuff like that, family. I'm just telling you. It takes time to recover from stuff like that. It's the bottom line. Just takes time. But I'll tell you this. I agree with Jerry Jones from this part. This is a win-win for George Pickens. Because I'm going to tell y'all something, man. Y'all better teach y'all children. You don't always get a second chance. Man, when you get a second chance, when you get a third chance, a fourth chance, boy, you better drop on your knees and thank God. Because, man, sometimes you can make a mistake early in your life and you never get a second chance again. People write you off no matter how talented you are, no matter how much you change, they will write you off. And I agree with Jerry Jones from this perspective. This is a win for George because he gets to prove to everybody that I'm worth that $40 million that you're going to pay me. George is worth, he said, I'm worth that $40 million. Prove it to him, George. Prove it to him. That's it. Just prove it to him, man. Darren Posey, appreciate that $20 super chat, my brother. Hit the wrong button. He said, G, football talk is great, but the fact that you would tell your audience about the importance of our souls and we still have to answer to every word and every work on earth is amazing. I appreciate you. Man, I'm just telling you the truth, man. I've lived this thing with George Pickens, and I'm telling you right now, I mean, yeah, $27 million, but hey, but I'm telling you, man, when you, as a young man, early married, little children, do something stupid, get a bad name to yourself, and you give up a 5-figure bonus, man, a 5-figure bonus will change. Boy, I still look back. And I don't look back as in letting it hold me back. But I do look back because sometimes you got to look at where you came from. I do look back sometimes and say, man, never again. Never again. Never again. And this is what George should be thinking too. Never again. Never again will I cheat myself out of millions of dollars. Never again, man. People don't understand how dire this is, what George is going through, and how important it is, and how thankful George should be that God is letting him get that second chance to get that money, man. Shoot, I wish I would have got another chance to get that 5-figure bonus, man. Wish I would have got another chance. Changed life, man. Keith Washington said, I tell people all the time, you don't get a second chance to make a first impression. You don't. I tell my children the same thing, bro. Tell my children the same thing. See, Matt said my dad's bad reputation was so bad, my aunts and uncles expected me to end up the same way and was waiting for it. When it never happened, they were shocked. Thank God for my mom to lead me the right way. Yes, sir, bro. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jabril, you say he's not worth $40 million. It don't matter if you and I think it. As long as there's a team out there thinking, we'll see. Jabri Quinn said, keep doing what you're doing, G. Appreciate you. Freddie Chuko in the crib. What is going on? Bass, yeah, man. He said it pays to learn. G, I've been there myself as a professional musician, yeah. But I'm glad, man. I'm happy for George. He's getting that second opportunity, man. He's getting that second opportunity. I'm just thankful that he's getting it. because he's just so doggone talented, man. And not to mention, it's going to help us win. Yes, sir. The man gets to improve his life, and he gets to help our team win, man. I'm just thankful to have George Pickens. I don't know about anybody else. But this is where I want to talk to you about, too, about this thing with the George Pickens conspiracy.
Yes! Here we go!
I want to piggyback on this thing where Jerry Jones said right here. Jerry says for him as well, it lets him really extend what he's got going right now in light of the fact. And I already know what Jerry is referring to. And so Jerry is looking at this, it seems to me, that whether it be here or somewhere else, that George, if he does what he did the previous season, George is going to get that payday, whether it's with Dallas or somewhere else. And the reason why I bring this up is because if y'all haven't realized it, do y'all realize that Emmitt Smith said the same thing? I want y'all to go. I want us to listen to Emmitt Smith again. I brought y'all this the other day. RJ Ashoa had an interview with Emmitt Smith. I want you to listen to what Emmitt Smith said about George Pickens. I'm calling this the George Pickens conspiracy. And the reason why I'm calling it the George Pickens conspiracy is it seems like it's like an understanding out there that this is the last year we're going to have George Pickens. So, George, play your butt off. Help us get to a Super Bowl and then go out there and get the bag elsewhere. I mean, it really sounds like this is what's being said. Bass, Dominique, the rest of y'all, chime in. Tell me if this is not the vibe that you get from other people. George, get us to a Super Bowl. Help us get to a Super Bowl. Ball out. Get the bag somewhere else. I'm hoping that he gets the bag here. I'm hoping he gets the bag here. Man, I got some. I'm going to come back and read some of these things y'all are saying too. I got a couple of these. I love what y'all are saying. But I want you to listen to what Emmitt Smith says about George Pickens that's leading me to believe that they're all kind of thinking like this. Because you know what? I just thought about something. I'm going to see if I can find it. Because even Dak Prescott is alluding to, bro, come in here, ball out, let's get this Super Bowl, and then go get the bag elsewhere if that's what needs to be, if that's what has to happen. I'm going to let you hear Emmitt Smith first, and then I'm going to look for the thing with Dak Prescott. Listen to this. Tell me this isn't crazy when you read what Jerry just said, listen to what Emmitt says.
50 years is not quite as long as America's team's drought has been. We're only at 30 years. So God willing, we don't get there. But I was, looking at some of the interviews you did back at the Super Bowl, Emmett, and among them, you noted that what the Cowboys did this offseason was going to tell you a lot. It was going to tell you, I don't want to speak for you, but it was going to tell you everything. Based on everything that we've seen, we're talking on May the 12th right now, just for full context. Are you pleased? Do you feel like, and again, not to speak for anyone else, your buddy Darren Woodson did an interview recently where he said it seems like things are different. Have you seen what you need to see? Do you feel like things are different? Your thoughts on the Cowboys as we enter the summer months?
I think as we enter the summer months, things do feel a little bit different. They've went ahead and did some things to bolster up the defense, which I feel very good about. The key from this point forth, I believe, and I think we've done with the George Pickens stuff. I think we got George Pickens signed under a franchise tag and so forth, which is the right thing to do, in my opinion. And now you're taking away the sting of what will the Cowboys do. You're taking all the distractions off the table and giving the kids and the guys an opportunity to stay focused and locked in on the things that are very, very important. And that is not only learning the system, gelling as an offense and a defense and a special teams unit, but coming together as a team, fighting for one goal. And one goal in mind is to win the NFC East with an opportunity to get into the playoff and earn the right to go to the NFC Championship game. And there you earn the right to go to the Super Bowl. And so if that focus right now is where we are and it's quiet, to me, that's a good sign. That's a very good sign. That means that all the noise, all the chatter, everyone's talking about this and that has nothing to do with what's going on in that locker room. And right now, all focus and all eyes should be what's going on in that locker room. And so I feel like Darren Woodson, things do feel a little bit different. We did get some quality players in the draft. I think the Cowboys did a very good job of jumping up and grabbing the guy that we gathered in the first couple rounds.
Okay, let me go back. I was reading some comments. I missed what I wanted to catch. Hold on a second.
On May the 12th right now, just for full context. Are you pleased? Do you feel like, and again, not to speak for anyone else, your buddy Darren Woodson did an interview recently where he said it seems like things are different. Have you seen what you need to see? Do you feel like things are different? Your thoughts on the Cowboys as we enter the summer months?
I think as we enter the summer months, things do feel a little bit different. They've went ahead and did some things to bolster up the defense, which I feel very good about. The key from this point forth, I believe, and I think we've done with the George Pickens stuff. I think we got George Pickens signed under a franchise tag and so forth, which is the right thing to do, in my opinion. And now you're taking away the sting of what will the Cowboys do. You're taking all the distractions off.
So think about what Emmett just said. Emmett just said putting George Pickens under the tag was the right thing to do. Emmett just said it. Emmett just said it. Yeah, it's the right thing to do. Let's hear him again.
Up the defense, which I feel very good about. The key from this point forth, I believe, and I think we've done with the George Pickens stuff. I think we got George Pickens signed under a franchise tag and so forth, which is the right thing to do, in my opinion. And now you take.
Emmitt Smith is saying it. And it's almost like if you pay attention to what they're all kind of alluding to. They're all kind of alluding to, hey, man, ball out. And I'm with you, Bass. I saw your comment earlier because I've already mentioned the same thing. I actually believe that if they, now, I don't know, if they get the Super Bowl, they may actually let George walk. I mean, I don't know. I mean, they might actually trade him if they get to the Super Bowl. But I am with you on this, Bass. I would actually try to get another one. If I got one, I'd just try to get another one. Why let him walk? If you get one with him, try to get another one. But it seems like to me, as you listen to them talk, they're all talking like, hey, bro, just go out here, ball out. You're going to get that bag, whether it be with us or someone else. Cowboys, if they give him the second franchise tag, you're talking $32 million. If he goes to another team, somebody's going to give the Cowboys probably two picks and a player, and they'll pay him $40 million. But I did see a comment down here. Let me see who that was from. Mr. Michael Rizzo doesn't think he's going to get the $40 million. Yeah, because you're saying the zero teams contacted an offer for George. But I do think at this point, Michael, I don't think anybody is willing to wreck their salary cap and their draft. But if George does it another year and there's a team out there who believes they got a good enough team and they're a wide receiver away, I think they won't care about their draft because they say we're in win now mode, and maybe they will be willing to pay George Pickens that money. But I'll be honest with you, I'm hoping for George Pickens. I'm hoping for George Pickens to get that money here. That's what I'm hoping. But again, I want you to hear something else. Because if you think about in the past, what's been said about George Pickens, it's like they're all saying this. Because you remember R.J. Ochoa just brought up Darren Woodson. Do y'all remember when I played the video of Darren Woodson being on the Trey Wingo show?
Like every year.
And what Darren Woodson said about George Pickens? Let's see if we can pull this up real quick. Because I want to show you, I literally want to show you how crazy this is. Check this out. Let me pull it up. Hold on.
You're on that finalist list. Because, you know, there are a couple of teams like that in the NFL, what you just said.
Every day.
Kind of remind me of how Dak fell into a groove with Amari Cooper for a couple of years. And they were in lockstep. They hooked up. Right. But to your point, like Dak has been
get better as far as backups, and will be a big year. He's what, 26, 25, 26.
And on CeeDee Lamb being healthy.
All right. Now I want y'all to listen to Darren Woodson. Darren Woodson is going to say it out loud. Listen to this.
But do you think, in your heart of hearts, George Pickens will be there week 1 when the Cowboys season starts?
In my heart of hearts, I think he will be there.
All right.
Look, if I had any counseling, or if I could say one thing to George Pickens, look, play the 1 year.
Yeah.
Like, you've changed the perception of you, and people are seeing that in the building, right? You probably won't be there next year. You play.
This is like what they're all alluding to. Hey, let's get it this year. Let's get to a Super Bowl. Let's get it. Let's get it. And then if you have to, you'll go somewhere else and get the bag. Do y'all know that's what Jerry Jones is alluding to? That's what Emmitt Smith is alluding to. Darren Woodson just flat out said it. Listen to it again. He just flat out said it.
I think they're in pretty good shape with or without George Pickens. And that obviously is dependent on CeeDee Lamb being healthy. But do you think, in your heart of hearts, George Pickens will be there week 1 when the Cowboys season starts?
In my heart of hearts, I think he will be there.
All right.
Look, if I had any counseling, or if I could say one thing to George Pickens, look, play the 1 year.
Yeah.
Like, you've changed the perception of you, and people are seeing that in the building, right? You probably won't be there next year. You played on a 1 year deal last year. Okay, now it's even extended to 2 year deal, and I think he's out. He'll probably be out after this. But like, man,
I'm calling this the George Pickens conspiracy. It's almost like they're saying ball out, and I hope this isn't true, but it's like they're saying ball out because you're going to get that bag somewhere else next year. I'm hoping he gets the bag here. Bass said, I don't think it's over with Mulugeta, Pickens, and Jones family with this tag. I got to see Pickens show up to camp, and I believe it. Well, you're about to see it in about 3 weeks. Yeah, I think you're about to see it in about 3 weeks. Because there is a mandatory in June, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there is a mandatory. JCT, he said, talking about, I think Hurts deserves credit for winning, but virtually everyone put Hurts in the top 5. That's where they overhype him. He's not a top 5 quarterback. Some even top 3. He won. After he won, he wasn't. But again, that's all been proven to be not true. Yeah, Bass said usually after teams win a Super Bowl, they let go of a lot of pieces. But KC, that 1 year retained everybody, so who knows? Man, I'm going to tell you this. I believe if they get to the NFC Championship game, I think they try to retain him another year. Now, if they go to a Super Bowl, all bets are off. They mess around and get a Super Bowl with GP, they probably will trade him for picks. Bazzi said get one Super Bowl with him this year and let him walk and draft Jeremiah Smith. Yeah, I wouldn't. Now, if they got that bowl game, I wouldn't be surprised if they did that, Cobenot. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. But if they get to the NFC Championship game, I say no way. Big Amish, I'm going to find that clip. But Dak Prescott told him the same thing too. And if you listen to how Dak Prescott worded that almost as if, hey man, play on the tag this year. Bet on yourself. Because it's basically going to work out for you in the long run. It's basically what Dak Prescott was alluding to. And y'all remember, there were a lot of people in their feelings when Dak Prescott said that, including me. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, hey, Dak's my man. But I was kind of like, wow, man. I'm like, oh, hold on a second, man. You kind of speaking on somebody else's pocketbook. But again, I understand what Dak is saying. Bet on yourself. Play that 1 year. Let me see if I can find it. If I can, I'll have it at another time. But man, Dak said it. I don't know any other way to put all of this. It's just like everybody is saying, like they're basically saying, George, hey, man, come out here and ball out. Basically, come out here and ball out. And then next year, you will be, if it's not here, somewhere else, you're going to make the big money. The Cowboys will probably try to facilitate some type of trade, I would assume, for George. They would try to facilitate some type of trade for George Pickens to go somewhere else. But I'll be honest with you, I'm actually wanting him to stay here. Let me see if this is the clip. Hold on a second.
But if not,
and this is probably not the clip, but hold on just a second.
I think the way that he plays the game and the person that he is, we need guys now to play. Yeah, no red shirts or whatever. Yeah, I mean, we're getting big-time players who can help immediately is a key part of that.
What's your advice to George in this situation, since you've been in the franchise tag situation a couple times?
All right. Let's see. I think this is the clip. Do y'all remember when Dak Prescott had everybody in their feelings saying this? Check this out.
Yeah, George loves
football. Situation a couple times.
Yeah, George is a key part of that.
What's your advice to George in this situation, since you've been in the franchise tag situation a couple times?
Yeah, George loves football. That's the one thing about it. I just want him to know, don't change your love for football. Don't get in the business mind of this. You played last year on a 1 year for not even that much, right? So if you can go 30, whatever it is now, I think it's the same thing I got. So, when I franchise. So, hey, go do it. At the end of the day, bet on yourself. He's a hell of a player. Hopefully we can get him long-term and sign that. But if not...
Wait. What did Dak Prescott say? Dak Prescott said, if not. I'm calling this the George Pickens conspiracy. It's the only thing I know what to call it. This is the George Pickens conspiracy. Hey, bro, ball out, because whether it be here or somewhere else, you're going to get the bag. This is what it is. I mean, there's no other way to put this. You're going to get the bag. So you just come in here, ball out, let's get this chip, and then...
Hey, go do it. At the end of the day, bet on yourself. He's a hell of a player. Hopefully we can get him long-term and sign that. But if not, I think the way that he plays the game and the person that he is, he'll be just fine.
How much better can this offense get?
Yeah. I mean, it's like they're all saying, it's like they've already been saying this out loud. It is. They've been saying this out loud, guys. I don't know how else to put it. They've been saying it out loud. Darren Posey, appreciate another super chat. He said it would be sad to see Pickens go, but him and Dak is going to play himself out of Dallas in a good way. Barring injury, this will be a record-setting 26. I agree. Darren Posey, I agree. And I think the best thing, if anything, what's going to happen, if he stays, I believe Dak Prescott gets an extension and he takes a discount. At least that's what I believe. Dak gets an extension. Dak takes the extension. Dak gives the discount on his next extension. And George stays. Demetrius Noel, welcome to the congregation. He says Stephen Jones has never viewed GP as a long-term solution. He has already made it clear that if you want to be a Cowboy long-term, you have to take a team-friendly deal. Well, you know what? I can't disagree with you on that. Even though I want to agree with, I want to disagree. I want to disagree with you. But you see what happened with Javonte. You see what happened with Javonte. You know what, Kobanop? I agree with you. The whole precedent of Jerry not paying players what they're worth was manufactured with the Michael trade, which we won, in my opinion. I agree with you. I agree with you. And I'm telling you, I'm still in the same place where I was. I am so glad the Cowboys did not pay Michael Parsons, because you could not have the players they have now. And there's no way you get. It's not that you couldn't have got, let's just say, Caleb Downs. It's not that you maybe couldn't have got Caleb Downs. But what you would not been able to do is get 2 defensive tackles the caliber of Kenny Clark and Quentin Williams. You would not have been able to do it. You would not have got LT Overton. You would not have got Devin Moore. You couldn't have got those players without that Michael Parsons move. I'm for one glad they didn't do it. I'm for one glad that they didn't do it. But again, I'm calling this the George Pickens conspiracy. It's just basically like, it looks like everybody is like, okay, let's just kind of see what happens. And then after this year, maybe George is gone. But I'm hoping that it's not going to be the case. I'm hoping that's not going to be the case. But I'm telling this, Cowboy fans, the more I listen to this, they're all saying the quiet part out loud. They're all saying the quiet part out loud. So I'm excited to see what does George Pickens do in this particular situation. I'm very excited to see what he does. Richard Villegas, he said it's kind of crazy how we were all crying for CD to get another wide receiver like him to help out. Now they seem they want him going after this year. Well, we're going to see. We're going to see. I'm still holding out hope that I think the Cowboys may extend George Pickens. And I'm going to tell you this. It all depends on what George Pickens is asking for. Because even if they don't do any contract negotiations this year, they will have to do them next year. They will have to do them. They will have no choice. You're either going to trade or tag or extend. They'll have no choice but to find out what George Pickens, what his market is next year. They'll have no choice. And you never know, the Cowboys may play hardball. The Cowboys may say, hey, we're gonna take a chance another year. We'll put another non-exclusive tag out there. Let's see if there's a team willing to come up again and give us. Maybe this time it'll be a first and a second. Or a first and a third. Let's see if another team will come up. And then if they don't come up, maybe the Cowboys say, hey, I'll tell you what. Either we're going to pay him a $32 million, and then I'm telling you, Georgia signed that tag so quick it'll make your head spin because that's $60 million in 2. Or maybe the Cowboys will say, hey, nobody was willing to come up again. So we'll give you $35 million over the next 3 years or whatever the case may be. Dominique said it's been that way. Let's not act like Michael was the only one. No. Now, you're saying a different thing, Dominique. You're saying making players wait versus not paying a player. Those are 2 different conversations. The Cowboys have a history of making players wait to get paid. But what the Cowboys don't have a history of is not paying their stars. Man, the Cowboys have paid their stars. That's one thing they've done. So the comment that I think it was Kobanot made versus what you said, those are actually 2 different comments. Yeah, those are 2 different things. No, the Cowboys have paid their players. But as far as making their players wait, no, they got a history of that. And again, Bash, you're right, it goes all the way back to Emmitt Smith. Yeah, it's gone all the way back to Emmitt Smith. But they paid the players. So that's a different conversation that's being had. That's a different conversation. Yeah, the contract haggling, yes, but paying their players, no, they haven't had a problem with that. In actuality, if you ask me, I'm kind of glad what they're doing with some of these contracts because, man, Cowboys have overpaid some players in the past. I wish they would have had the same energy with DeRon Bland. I don't understand why they paid DeRon Bland a year early, even though I think it was a team-friendly deal. Definitely wish they hadn't paid Jake Ferguson a year early, but even though it was a team-friendly deal too. What's up, Davaris Worley? He said, gee, I think Cowboys not giving up 100 yards rushing this year. We're going to see. They're going to play some pretty good teams. All right, let's come on around the mountain. And I want to read a couple of comments here in the conversation we were having about rehabilitation and those things. There's a couple of really good comments in here I want y'all to hear. Bass said, know something, do something, be something. He said that was written on the wall in the high school gymnasium. George Pickens knows this opportunity could be life-changing. I think that's why he signed the tag. Great comment, Bass. I totally agree. Gabe Robinson said, what's good, G? We're not perfect. I was locked up 10 years ago, and God blessed me to work in the medical field, and I thank God every day. Gabe, that's it, bro. When God gives us those opportunities like that, bro, we can't do nothing but thank God. Texas boy B Mac Maggie said he said I used to be a street pharmacist. He said I used to sell drugs, still getting over that rep. And when people see me shining now, they don't realize that comes from hard work and not selling drugs anymore. Man, Texas B-boy Max, salute. Salute to you, man. Man, Texas boy B Mackey people do not understand how hard it is to come back from a drug rap. It is hard to come back from that. And I've seen some people do it. But hey, Texas boy B Mac, you can say it better than me. It is not for the faint of heart. Because I have seen many who have not been able to come back from it. Yeah. Freddie Morales said, everybody in my family and friends always tell me God has a plan for you because I'm disabled since birth and currently bedridden. In response always is yes. Well, I wish he would hurry up and tell me. Yes, sir. Hey, but Freddie Morales, man, you got to understand, see how God's work, man. I mean, you've been a blessing to many of us in this chat, talking about, your situation, and it has encouraged a lot of us. So, hey, man, that is a part of the plan. Everything that's happening in your life right now is a part of the plan. Being a part of this chat and some of the things that you've shared with people here, it's a part of the plan. I'm going to tell you something, Freddie. Man, you don't understand sometimes how your story may be affecting somebody out there. May be affecting somebody out there in ways you'll never, ever understand. Oh, Michael Hillary, you said I'm still laughing at that trash bag analogy. Man, they said it all the time when I was growing up. Get mad, get glad with a heavyweight trash bag, brother. They say it all the time. They say it all the time. Reginald says, it's just another dumb management of incompetence by Jerry Jones and Steven. Players are going to start wanting out of Dallas, and rightly so. Probably not. Probably not. I think the George Pickens situation, the Cowboys just got him in a situation. But again, I'm just telling you, man, the fact that he gets to make $27 million, people just got to understand, man, it could be worse. I'm looking at George Pickens' glasses half full. God got a plan for George Pickens. He's one of the most talented wide receivers I've seen. God has a plan for him. He gonna do what he needs to do in this league. Bad said, in my household coming up, education wasn't optional. It was a requirement. Yes, sir. Incognito, from hard work to hard work. No pun intended. Yes, sir. Mose Logan said, I don't trust the front office because I think they're going to trade GP. Well, it may be next year, but I'm still holding out hope he's going to get that extension. Bad said, that's the way my old man did it. That's the way Pop did it, and it's worked out pretty well so far, so that's how I'm going to do it. Yes, sir, bro. Got to protect your name. What up, Q-Town dude? Q-Town dude said, at the end of the season, you could only pay and keep one. Who you keeping, Lamb or Pickens? Keep in mind, Pickens is 2 years younger. Oof. Hey, Q-Town, I'm going to let everybody else answer that question Q-Town dude asked. Q-Town dude said, at the end of the season, you only can keep one. Are you keeping Pickens or are you keeping Lamb? I would like to see what y'all say about that. I would like to see what y'all have to say about that. Freddie Morales, yep, been around during the Tex Graham days. He almost lost Drew Pearson, yeah. Yeah, Robert OG, he said, God is truly great. 15 years on meth, now 9 years off. Yes, sir. And reunited with my older kids, it's a blessing. God has a plan, man. Gerald Jackson, man, I'm telling you, I really hope GP stays in Dallas. I do. Drew texted, he said, I will keep it real. He said, George got himself in this position. But I tell you this, he's also got himself in this position to where he can actually redeem himself. So, hey, man, it is what it is. K. Choice, much respect, he says, G, for pure Cowboys content. Thank you for staying true to the content and not finding yourself in the nonsense. If I miss a show, catch it later. Best Cowboys content on YouTube. Man, I appreciate you. God be the glory. Eric Folks. Hey, Eric Folks, in the words of me and Bass and Angie the Rebel Chicks, both of them, BOF. BOFFEM. Both of them. We want both of them. Both of them, Dak, take a pay cut and let's keep them. Texan said Lamb. I'm sure Poobie D would say Lamb. I don't know. Poobie D might say both of them too. Both of them. All right, guys, let's look at this PFF predictions real quick. And then we're going to check out this Caleb Downs thing. Then we're going to be out of here. But let's check out this thing that they were talking about over here on PFF, Pro Football Focus.
Here we go.
Pro Football Focus had everybody tripping, courtesy of Law Nation Sports. Let me see if I got it. Courtesy of okay, hold on. Let me see if I got this roster prediction. Okay. Courtesy of Law Nation Sports. Shout out to Law Nation. So Law Nation put out, according to PFF, this is how they currently project the starters heading into the season. Tell me, how do you feel down below? And so they're already kind of, I guess, predicting the roster out here. They got Kobe Durant. Let me show you on the screen. I'm sorry. Got Kobe Durant as one of the cornerbacks. They got Ezra. This is what if they saying if the Cowboys lines up in the 4-3, and people keep saying the Cowboys are going to be 3-4, but the Cowboys are going to be, I think, multiple. I think they're going to be 3-4, 4-3, 5-2. I think they're going to be all kinds of stuff. But in the 4-3, they're saying Ezra on the defensive line, Williams and Clark in the middle, Gary over here on the left, Bland at cornerback, Winters, Overshown, Leafau. I don't believe that part about Leafau. I do not think that's going to happen with Leafau. He says, and then have Caleb Downs and Malik Hooker. I don't see Hooker starting over Jalen Thompson in a 4-3. I don't. Jalen Thompson is going to start over Hooker. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Leafau, no way Leafau is going to be a starter. I think it'll either be Jay Sean, Jay Sean Barham off the top of my head. I could even see a Malachi Lawrence in there, depending upon how they want to do it. Or moving as a Raku back there and having Lawrence on the edge. All kinds of things. But Leafau would probably be, Leafau and Hooker would be the two things that I wouldn't see. Even in a 4-3. I wouldn't see these two being starters in there. Let me see what they have on offense. Guyton Smith, PB Booker Steele, Ferguson. Valdez Scantling? Stop it. Do what? Valdez Scantling? No. I'm not buying it. I am not buying Valdez Scantling over Ryan Flanoy. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I'll be shocked if Valdez Scantling even make the team. I just think he's a camp body. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I think Valdez Scantling is a camp body. I don't think he's going to be permanent on the team. I don't think it's going to happen. But yeah, in this 4-3, I guess the only two places where I'm tripping, three places is Scantling. I'm tripping on the thing with Hooker, and I'm tripping on the thing with Leafau because I don't think that's going to happen. I don't even think Overshown's going to be in the middle. I think Winters would be the Mike over Overshown. That's just what I think. I think he'd be the Mike over Overshown. And definitely don't think Leafau is going to be the Sam in any situation. Leafau, it's going to be tough for him, man. It's going to be tough for Leafau this year. I'm just telling y'all now. Shoot. It'll be tough for Leafau, man. Cowboys got some people on that roster. Got some people on that roster, man. Shoot. Leafau, hey, Baz, yeah, man, ain't no way. Ain't nobody taking Valdez over Flanoy. Ain't no way. Michael Hilliard, yeah, we keep him Pickens. We give him the number 88. Boy, stop it. Boy, you have Cowboy fans losing their mind. What up? What up, Enoch Taylor? What up? Christie's Hurst. I wish Caleb wanted number 28 and started a new club. Ooh, man, yeah. Man, yes. That would be a great number for him, but we're going to talk about why he chose number 13. Man, 28 would be a great number, Christie's. Boy, you right. Hey, Christie's, that's a great comment right there. Everett said he would go with CD. Bazzi said Flournoy over. Yeah, ain't no way, man. Ain't no way. Yeah. Flournoy done gained them stripes, man. He done earned them stripes. But I wanted to turn this segment into also with Pro Football Focus. PFF says some, you got to take PFF with a grain of salt, man. Got to take PFF with a grain of salt. When I was looking up this thing that Law Nation posted, shout out to Law Nation. When I was looking at this thing that Law Nation posted, I also came across some other predictions of Pro Football Focus in 2025. Man, do y'all want y'all next laugh for the day? Are y'all ready for y'all next laugh of the day? This was Pro Football Focus. This time last year, May of 2025, talking about none other than the Dallas Cowboys roster. Look at this. It says, this was posted by Brandon Laurie. PFF ranked the Cowboys roster as the 15th best in the NFL. This was last year, man. This was last year. It says that's one spot ahead of the Atlanta Falcons and one spot behind the San Francisco 49ers. Look at this. It says Dallas ranked 4th in the NFL in PFF pass rush grade despite Michael Parsons missing 4 games due to injury. Now, it looks like this was before Michael Parsons was gone. Parsons did his part when healthy, posted an elite 91.6 pass rush grade that ranked 3rd among qualified edge defenders. The other big contributor was offensive tackle Oso Digizua, who placed among the league's top interior defenders with 60 pressures and 78.5 PFF pass rush grade. Man, even with Michael Parsons, they wasn't even with Michael Parsons, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. It says Cowboys' biggest weakness in 2024 run defense. Dallas's performance in run defense was among the NFL's worst. Only Carolina posted a lower PFF run defense grade. Linebacker Eric Kendricks and safety Malik Hooker were the Cowboys' only qualified players to earn at least a 70 PFF run defense grade. New defense coordinator Matt Eberflus needs to make the team's run defense a priority if this team is going to compete with the likes of Philadelphia and Washington. Bro. Man, let me tell you, that did not age well. Even had the Cowboys had Michael Parsons, man, that defense was going to be atrocious. I ran across another thing here, too. JCT Slice, you'll appreciate this. But this was PFF, I'm thinking last year also. No, this wasn't last year. I'm sorry. This is a whole different one. But again, I figured y'all would appreciate that laugh, man. Oh, I agree with you, Poopy D. Everybody can't wear 88. Eric Folks, yeah, drunk. Hey, Demetrius Noel, this is a great comment. If Jerry Dumbself didn't advocate for the salary cap, he wouldn't have an excuse for not paying Cowboys players. Now, Demetrius Noel, Jerry Jones had a grand plan. Jerry Jones' plan was to get the Dallas Cowboys popular, get the league money, and then once he got this thing where he wanted it, to make sure that the owners got paid in the long run. And that's exactly what he did. Jerry didn't want to be in a league where they were giving the players all the money because Jerry saw where it was heading. He didn't want to be in a league where they were giving the players all the money. I'm thinking the colors basically mean, I guess the greener it is, the better. Yeah, the greener it is, the better on that thing right here. Yeah, the greener it is, the better. Yeah, just kind of looking at this. Yeah, the greener it is, the better. Yeah. That's what that color means. All right, let's get to these last two segments for tonight. Now I want you to hear Caleb Downs. Angie the Rebel Chicks, I don't know if she's still in the Shadow Realms listening. But I'm keeping tabs on Caleb Downs' podcast, him and his brother. And overall, when you look at the Caleb Downs podcast, Caleb Downs and his brother's podcast, it'll probably benefit from him being a Dallas Cowboy for sure. It's definitely going to benefit. Because when you listen to them talk, it's not anything controversial. It's not anything controversial. You know what? Hold on a sec. I said I was going to play this at least 3 times. Somebody said they didn't see this earlier. Let me play this George Pickens clip one more time in case you didn't see it. Somebody put this together on TikTok. It's really good.
George Pickens.
Shoot, man, this video right here, this video really got me not wanting the Dallas Cowboys to let go of George Pickens. Let's play this video one more time. Check it out.
Subject, George Pickens. Classification, Mr. Hurdle. Height, 6'3". Identifiers, elite hands, sideline control, and the number 14 stitched across his back like a warning. Movement pattern, smooth. Notable tendencies, wins 50-50 balls, embarrasses defenders. Containment, unreliable. Risk level, high. Threat level, sudden. Final advisory, it was never your ball. Subject, George Pickens.
Man, shout out to who put that together. What's that say? M New York MKE? Shoot, he put that together, man. That thing tough right there, boy. That thing tough right there, boy. Ooh-wee. Yeah, Jabri Quinn, yeah, this shows these predictions don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing, man. Victor Brookins, yeah, appreciate you. Love watching your podcast. Appreciate you. Frank Lawrence says, Shotty and CP making the starters earn their positions in camp. I really think there's going to be even better competition this year, in particular on defense. I think it's going to be even better competition. So I'm looking very forward to that. All right, let me show you this thing with Caleb Downs. There's actually a couple of really good stories in here. Caleb Downs is going to tell us why he's wearing the number 13. But not only is he going to tell us why he's wearing the number 13, but the story that I was even more interested in was how he told how the Cowboys, man, they rolled out the red carpet for Caleb Downs, man. Rolled out the red carpet for this man. And Caleb Downs and his brother, they're so humble, bro.
18 was not it.
You just gotta love these two guys, man. They're just so doggone humble. So I don't think Caleb Downs, I don't think his podcast is ever going to be a problem for the Cowboys. Eric, folks, appreciate you. To God be the glory. Man, hey, man, that fired me up too, bro. When I saw that today, I said, oh, man, I got to bring this to the nation. Shoot, man, I ain't trying to let George Pickens go nowhere, man. Nah, I want the Cowboys to keep George Pickens. These two brothers right here, man, these guys, man, they're just a couple of humble guys, man. Humble guys, raised right. Love the Lord, love one another, love football, love their family. And so their podcast, man, just watching it. Man, if y'all haven't subscribed to it, it's called let's see, wait. Podcast is called Down to Business. I just subscribed to it. Down to Business. It's really good. I want you to hear what he talked about when he came to Dallas. Check out what they did for Caleb Downs.
6 primetime games. I'm like, oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And I was with Carnell when we got the schedule, and Carnell was like, we play at noon every week. I was like, oh, the only
they
time
do
we
play at noon because
is
he's
when we
Central
play
Time.
Titans.
Yeah, Central Time, so he
I
definitely
was
plays
like,
at noon.
oh.
No, I'm telling you, it's levels, bro. I was talking to somebody about that. It's really levels, like with college, yeah, you can go power forward, but like,
yes, sir.
there's
Shout
a
out,
difference
Bass.
between
shout out for that.
going
Bass sent me this clip about the jersey. Bass sent me the clip about the jersey on X. I appreciate my man Bass. Bass sent me this, and then Bass, when you sent it to me, and I went back and started listening to some of the other parts, and I was like, wow, this thing about how they treated him when he came in. Bass, did you hear the part where he talked about how they treated him when he came in? Yes, sir. I got you, dead fool. Man, the way they treated him when he came in was like, wow. Rolled out the red carpet for my brother, man. Check him out.
School, like, I don't want to name a school you went to, but it's like a difference between going to I'm trying to think. Who else is like Georgia? Is it like going to Georgia or going to like Kansas? Like just like media wise and like an overall exposure. Like there's just a difference in that. And like even in the NFL, there's a difference between going to certain teams in terms of like the national spotlight. So I thought that was cool. I mean, when you got drafted though, who reached out to you on the boys? Who was one of the first people to reach out, and how was the facilities on the visit, and like how did you end up getting to Dallas?
Yeah, I mean,
yes, sir. Appreciate you, Bass.
I actually feel bad because I probably still haven't responded to some people from draft night. So if that's anybody, I apologize for it. But yeah, I would say like Quentin Williams texted me the day of. Okay. Dak texted me pretty soon after. A couple of the DBs. So I flew actually on Jerry Jones's plane, which was actually pretty cool.
Wait a minute.
Like that's actually tough.
Did y'all catch this? This dude said he flew in on Jerry Jones' plane, man. What? What? Had the plane waiting on this man to get him from the draft to Dallas, man. Let me let y'all hear this again. Rolled out the red carpet for my man, bro. Shoot.
Because I probably still haven't responded to some people from draft night. So if that's anybody, I apologize for it. But yeah, I would say like Quentin Williams texted me the day of. Okay. Dak texted me pretty soon after. A couple of the DBs. So I flew actually on Jerry Jones's plane, which was actually pretty cool.
Wow.
Like that's actually tough to fly.
Rolled out the red carpet for my man.
You get there and you land and you fly on the Dallas Cowboy bus. It's like it's a bus and you know it's the Cowboys bus.
You drive on or fly on the bus?
Here, so.
Yeah, Bass. Jerry likes his players, bro.
Now we flew on Jerry Jones's plane, landed, and they picked us up on the Dallas Cowboy bus.
Oh, okay.
So like you can see the people when they see it around the city, they're looking like,
who is that?
Oh,
yeah.
We were at the airport and there was people like outside. Like when I got off the bus, they was like, yeah, they was like, oh, that's it.
Welcome to Dallas, Caleb Downs. Shoot, hey man, that's how they treat you in Dallas, bro. Hey, Jerry loves his players, even though he haggles with them over the paychecks. I mean, Jerry loves his players. But I think in particular, man, he loves Caleb Downs. They're in love with this guy. The fan base was there at the doggone airport waiting on this man, boy. Woo, woo. Man.
So
tough.
I feel like that was pretty cool. Yeah, that was definitely tough. I didn't know. It was just a couple of weeks ago I was talking to somebody and he was talking about how long it had been since we won here. I didn't know it had been that long.
A home game?
Like, not a home game. Just like at the top of the playoffs, I would say.
Oh.
Like not division, but like NFC, AFC, whatever type deal.
No, I feel that. I mean, Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much. I mean, I know something about the Cowboys, but I don't know when the last time they won the NFC.
I mean, I was born after all their Super Bowls and everything.
I want y'all to catch this part. It's amazing how, a lot of people talk about the Cowboys and 31-year drought. But you know what's astounding to me when you're listening to these two young men have this conversation? It really goes to show you how people don't always get caught up in the conversations that you think they get caught up in. They don't even know anything. I mean, Caleb Downs, he don't know anything about this Cowboy drought until he got here. He didn't know any of this stuff. Even his brother, he like, I don't really know the Cowboys history like that. It just goes to show you. Some of these people don't be out here listening to all this negative talk about the Dallas Cowboys, man. They be too busy, getting to work and focusing on their craft and living life. And so, Caleb Downs, now that he's heard, now he gets an opportunity to be a part of coming in here and changing this over the next couple of years. I like it.
So I really haven't experienced any of that. So I guess I gotta go. We gotta go make something happen.
That's it. That's it.
All right.
Caleb Downs. That's it. Hey, man, I wasn't here. I don't care. Hey, 31 years, I wasn't here. That has nothing to do with me. Only thing I can do something about is me now. I love it. I love it. See, that's the one thing about getting young people, getting these young guys in, and getting guys with the right mindset, getting guys with the right mentality. You can bring them in here, and they don't know how to lose. They don't know. They don't know about no 31-year drought. Who cares about that stuff in the grand scheme of things? I know a lot of people, the 31 years, and people like to hold that against the Joneses and talk about the Cowboys. But as it applies to these players, even as it applies to Brian Schottenheimer, Christian Parker, okay, so what? Cowboys haven't won in 31 years. Brian's only been a part of 1 year. This is Christian Parker's first year. These players are coming on this team. This is their first year here. The 31-year history has nothing to do with them. They are at square one right now. They don't know how to lose. They don't know how to lose. Teach them how to win. Don't let them get caught up in all that 31-year nonsense. Teach them how to win. It looks like to me they got some dogs. Okay, let's see if we got some dog trainers now. Let's see if we got some dog trainers. Can we continue to train them to be dogs? And teach them how to win. Who cares about losing? Who cares about all that 31-year Dallas Cowboy history? That's stuff for the media. People get mad even when they ask the Cowboys and ask Jerry Jones about it. Yeah, Jerry, this and 31, 31. Who, man, you know what? It's a new year. You got all new players now. And it look like you got your hands on some really good players. Man, the past is the past. Same thing that people want people to do with George Pickens. Well, it's time to do the same thing with the Dallas Cowboys. People after 1 year paid George Pickens $40 million. Well, after 1 year, even though we were 7-9-1, if you look at everything we've done since Michael Parsons, I think it looks pretty doggone good. I think we're on to something. Rather than letting our past be our present, how about we let our present be our future? And really say, hey, man, we're building something. It looks like we're building something for a change. We're being ran like a championship-level franchise or a franchise that wants to win. How about we roll with that rather than always trying to beat on the Cowboys about the past? I mean, I think it's very powerful, this conversation these young men are having. And Caleb Downs, he's so humble. And he just casually says, yeah, I didn't know that until I got here. But we got to change that. Yeah, that's it. That's it. We got to change that. And it's the same thing. I understand. The same grief that people give the Cowboys and give the front office, don't realize that's the same grief that people are giving George Pickens. George did it 1 year. They want to see it again. The Cowboys have done it 1 year, had a good draft. Now let's see you do something better than what you've done the last 31 years. Be careful. You become what you hate. You become what you hate. If you want that grace and mercy to be given to George, well, give that grace and mercy to the front office. Watch them work. Pray for him. And let's just say, let's go and see what they do. I think they are on to something. I think they're on to something. I love Caleb Downs. Hey, man, I got to change that. Got to change that. I got to change it. But again, Dominique, I'm not talking about you in particular. I'm just talking about people in general. Even as it applies to the front office, you still got to give the front office the same grace and mercy that people want George Pickens to get. George Pickens had 1 good year, and everybody says give him the world. Well, the Cowboys have had a pretty good year. It didn't translate. They made a mistake on defense, but for the most part, the Cowboys, they've course corrected that. Okay, well, let's give them the same grace going forward, the same grace and mercy, the same wait and see. You can't, I tell people all the time, you're your past, your present, and your future. And what you have to be very careful of is don't let your past be your future. Don't let your past be your present, because if your past is your present can't be you can't see the future because you're looking behind you. You can't do it. You can't do it. Demetrius Noel says it's been 66 years since England won the World Cup. I don't hear their supporters losing any sleep over it. There are teams with longer droughts than the Cowboys. This is nothing more than propaganda. I agree. That's why I say people got to be careful. Sometimes you become what you hate. You want to apply, we want to apply certain things that we want to what we want, but not to everything. I love what the Cowboys are doing. Let's continue to watch them work, because I still stick to what I've said since they hired Brian Schottenheimer. They've been moving different. And even Michael Parsons, whether we realize it or not, that was moving different. Because in years past, the Cowboys would have haggled with Michael Parsons all the way down to the end, and then they would have said, now we're going to overpay you. They would have said, we're going to overpay you. Nope, Cowboys said, get gone. That was different. Now we got to watch and see it translate into wins. And this year, I believe it will translate into more wins. That's what we're going to see this year. But I love this young man's attitude. Hey, he ain't even tripping. He's like, yeah, we got to change that. I love that attitude, man. That's how you live life right there. Hey, man, okay, some things are going wrong. Hey, he's crying about it. Hey, you know what? Just got to do better. And let me control the parts I can control. We're going to watch and see what Caleb Downs does. I love it. Love it, man. Love these young men's attitude. It's just so nonchalant.
Let's talk about that number, man.
Yeah, let's talk about that number.
Odell Beckham Jr.
Here we go.
Now, somebody earlier, let me see. I can't remember who it was. Please say it again. Talking about that number 28. I never thought about that. Man, it would be great for Caleb Downs to wear that number 28 if he can't get that number 2. It would be great for him to wear. Man, I never thought about that. But it would be great for him to wear that 28 because of Darren Woodson. But I could understand why he wouldn't wear that 28 because of Darren Woodson. He's so young. He like, who's Darren Woodson? Caleb Downs is like, okay, who is there? And I'm pretty sure he know Darren Woodson, but he doesn't seem to be a big-time Cowboy fan. I don't think he grew up to being a big-time Cowboy fan. So he's probably not like that with Darren Woodson. But, man, I wish Jerry would go to him and say, hey, Caleb, why don't you wear number 28? Wear number 28. I would love to see that. Love to see him. Jerome Miller, he said Lawrence is going to be a lot better than people. You know what? I think so, too. And I also think Rashawn Gary is going to be a lot better because he's going to be playing beside Kenny Clark and one Quinnen Williams. Quinnen Williams and Kenny Clark are going to be the key to a lot of things popping off of the Cowboys defensively. But Malachi Lawrence, I think LT Overton, man, let me tell you something, man. When you look at the story about LT Overton, it's insanity. I mean, this dude was like the #1 recruit in the country, and it's like he kind of just disappeared. Man, I'm pretty excited about the Cowboys having LT Overton. Man, the Cowboys got some pieces, man. Cowboys got some pieces. Poobie D, are you serious? He's getting to Michael Downs? Wow. Getting to Michael Downs. I still don't know if he's a Cowboys fan, though. I don't know if he's a Cowboys fan. But I would love for Jerry to start something with that 28. That 28, I mean, because of Woodson, but, 88 is just historical. Started with Pearson. We've had Pearson, Dez, CD. I mean, you just had some historical wide receivers in that 88. Of course, please don't let me commit blasphemy. Michael Irvin also. So it's been some great 88s. We've only had, as far as I know, one great 28. Frank Lawrence said, Dallas, except Dallas Cowboys, no other team has constantly heard about their last 30 years of futility. Politely ignore the haters. Yeah, man. I think we're on to something, though. All right. Oh, okay, you're asking, Poobie D. Okay, I don't know. I don't think he's kidding Caleb. I don't think he's kidding Michael Downs. Because I hadn't heard that come up. Hey, Poobie D, you and me both, we showing our age, man. You talking about Michael Downs. Everybody talking about who Michael Downs, man. So the young folks like, who that world is Michael Downs, man? All right, let's look at Caleb Downs in this number 13. Why is he wearing number 13? I thought this was a very good story. Yeah, Poobie D. Yeah, the 49ers drought is longer than ours. Yeah. You're right. I like what you said there too, Derrick Rose. Make that 13 famous. I like that part too. Yes, sir. Great point. And again, I mean, Angie's gonna get a jersey from Caleb, gonna get that Caleb Downs jersey from me. When she says when it gets to number 2, she says she don't want 13. Well, at this point, he might actually rock this 13. I'm not gonna believe it. I still think he's gonna get in that number 2. But we're gonna see. But this is his story on number 13.
Is that why you picked the number or what?
Okay, the funny thing is, the first person I really seen rock 13 was, it was Odell, but like defensive-wise, it was Malachi Moore. Shout out to Malachi when he was at Bama his freshman year.
All right, now, is anybody familiar with this guy? I'll be honest with you. I'm not familiar with this guy. Let me let you hear his name again. I don't know who this guy is, but he definitely looks like he can play. I mean, all I know, he could be in the NFL. I mean, he ain't on the Cowboys, so I don't really know who he is. All right, anybody know who this guy is he's talking about? I'm going to have to look him up.
Let's talk about that number, man. 13, Odell Beckham Jr. Is that why you picked the number or what?
What up, Brother Holman?
Okay, the funny thing is, the first person I really seen rock 13 was, it was Odell, but like defensive-wise, it was Malachi Moore. Shout out to Malachi when he was at Bama his freshman year. Watching that when I was like a freshman in high school, I was like, oh, that's tough. 13, that's smooth. And then
13 not bad. 13 not bad. 18 though.
Nah, it's smooth. Like you can make 13 look like you can make it shaking 13. So I was like, yeah, I ain't really mess with 18.
Nah, 18 was not it. I ain't gonna lie. 18. I had our equipment manager here was like, bro, tell your brother do not wear number 18. He was like, I don't care what he does. He was like, wear 29, wear what other, because he asked me what numbers were your options. He was like, wear 29, wear any other. He's like, do not wear 18. He was like, when I see 18, I think of like Peyton Manning. He was like, so like, I can't even like, he's like, I can't see a DB in that number. He was like, don't wear 18. And I was like, I had a couple of my teammates say don't wear 18 though.
And
I was like, dang, I'm like.
It was so controversial because there was definitely some people that was like, oh, that's a great number, da-da-da. I was like, no, it's not. I don't know. I was like, I'm not wearing that.
13 way better, I ain't gonna lie.
I was like, I'll wear it for rookie camp.
Yeah, but
13 cool with me.
13 smooth, I ain't gonna lie.
Larry Golden, I agree with
Rookie
you.
Premiere LA, how did that go? When I had Rookie Premiere, I had surgery on my knee, and it was funny because I was supposed to go to Rookie Premiere.
Yeah, y'all make sure y'all go and subscribe to the podcast over there.
And I got surgery.
Make sure y'all go, because I'm gonna definitely keep up with this podcast. I appreciate Bass. Sounds like he's gonna keep up with it too. Him and Angie the Rubber Chicks. Make sure you keep me informed, Bass, in case I don't watch it as soon as I need to. Whenever there's some good Cowboys talk on there, but hey, I think his is gonna be I don't think Downs' podcast is going to be anything that we're going to have to worry about. I think the issue was with the Micah Parsons podcast is that Micah Parsons was saying things that was directly affecting the locker room. And I don't think that's going to be the case with this. I don't think that's going to be the case. Their demeanor, they don't, the thing that I can appreciate about Caleb Downs so far, and the thing that I can even appreciate about his brother, they just don't seem to be starstruck. That just don't seem to be them to me. That don't seem to be them. I don't see Caleb Downs getting starstruck. Caleb Downs seems to be the type of person that for him, it's more about what he does on the field and how he helps his team win. So I don't think he's going to get that starstruck because, again, and the reason why I say that about Micah Parsons is because some of the stuff that we see from Micah Parsons now, I never heard about any of these things when he was in college. I didn't hear about any of these things. And then all of a sudden, it's like he got to Dallas and he kind of became, dare I say, the stage was so big, he liked it. So we'll see. Kobanops, he said, between Caleb, IQ, offensive reading, new additions, and CP, who was a secondary specialist, our whole offseason was building, making our secondary players we do have better. Yeah, I think it's going to be great. All right, let's hit this last segment for today. So, Mina Kimes, I'm pretty sure y'all familiar with Mina Kimes. I think she just won Jeopardy here lately. She's pretty smart. Doesn't mean she knows football. She knows some football. But, okay, he said Malachi Moore. What's up, Skeptical fan? Good to see you. Okay, he said Malachi Moore. Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out. Okay, he was drafted by the New York Jets in the 4th round. Okay, that's why I was trying to figure out here the last name. Okay, I got you. Bass says Caleb Downs is the reason why CP won't just be here for one season. I think CP will make probably 2 seasons. I don't think they'll get him in 1 season. I think it'll be 2 seasons. But he better get us a Super Bowl before he get his butt up out of here. Get us a Super Bowl. Help us get a Super Bowl. Derek Rose said G. Caleb's podcast is going to hit Michael real hard when he sees what he could have had in Dallas. Ooh, Derek Rose, another great point. Yeah, because again, I don't think we're gonna have to worry about this guy's podcast, man. He just seems to understand. I mean, he's just a different type of guy, man. So I don't think he's gonna be saying anything that's gonna ruffle any feathers in Dallas. Because I think he'll actually go out of his way not to do that. That's the kind of person that he is. And again, last segment of the day. Sure y'all are familiar with Mina Kimes. Mina Kimes now just like, what's his name? Colin Cowherd. Colin Cowherd makes his top 10 quarterbacks and doesn't include Rain Dakota Prescott. You are literally trolling if you don't include Dak Prescott in the top 10. I don't care if you put him at I'm going to have something to say if you put him at number 10. But to not put Dak Prescott in the top 10 is nasty work. To not put Dak Prescott in the top 10 is nasty, nasty work. And Mina Kimes has decided in all of her winning Jeopardy brilliance, congratulations to her on winning Jeopardy. I think she won a meal ticket. She's put out her top 10, and of course, look who's missing off of it. She's got Matthew Stafford. Wait a minute, hold on. She does have Dak Prescott on. Okay, I'm sorry about that. My apologies, Mina. Maybe this was corrected or something because I didn't see Dak on here the first time. Maybe he was on here. Okay, I stand corrected. We'll go through it anyway. She's got Dak Prescott at number 7. Jordan Love at number 8. Caleb Downs at number 9. But I still got beef. I still got beef with Mina Kimes' top 10. Justin Herbert's in front of Dak Prescott. Justin Herbert is officially the if man. Somebody's got to tell me, how does Justin Herbert continue to even be in the top 10 quarterbacks? How could Herbert, Jordan Love, Caleb Williams, how are they in front of Matthew Stafford? Do what? And I'm sorry, Dak Prescott cannot be any lower than 5. You don't put Drake May in the top 10. You don't put Drake May at number 5 after one season. Stop it. Drake May over Dak Prescott? Come on, man. This is crazy work. I would struggle to even put, I'm just telling you now, I definitely wouldn't put Lamar Jackson over Dak Prescott. No. Joe Burrow, I would struggle. Dak Prescott for me has to be number 2 or number 3 on any list. He has to be number 2 or 3. And at the minimum, he cannot be out of the top 5. He cannot be out of the top 5. And I was even watching NFL on NBC with Florio and Sims. And they don't even have Dak Prescott. They don't even have Dak Prescott in the top 10. It is crazy to me. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow. I'm sorry, it's arguable when you get to the number 3. I really believe that Dak Prescott at this point could be and should be number 3 at the least for me. Number 3. I take Dak Prescott, though. I'm taking Dak Prescott all day long, even over Josh Allen. I just am. Josh Allen's a turnover machine. Josh Allen's a turnover machine. Demetrius Noel said you are in a drought until you win the Super Bowl. Going to the Super Bowl and losing doesn't count. Who wants to be remembered for losing the final? Yes, sir. Agree with you on that, too. Yeah, Jabri Quinn says she must not watch football. Yeah, I think she put Dak at number 7 to get attention to the list. This is just attention grabbing is what this is. You make a list like this. Let me tell you something. Anytime you put Dak Prescott at the bottom of the top 10, or you don't put Dak Prescott in your list immediately becomes public. Immediately. It immediately goes public. They know this. They're not dumb. They're not dumb. Said his fan said she's smoking. Man, they not dumb. Jabri can't be going by facts and can't mean stats and can't be going by on the field either. Bass said Dak's better than Burrow, Allen, Hurts, and Lamar. To me, Dak's not better than Mahomes. That's the reality of it for me. That's it for me too, Bass. I can't put Dak. I mean, you can't. For me, I'm taking Dak Prescott all day long over everybody but Mahomes. That's it. That's it. I'm putting Dak over everybody but Mahomes. That's where I am with it. But again, that's Mina Kimes, her top 10. She knew putting Dak at number 7 was going to be, she knew this list would get, I'm just still, what I still can't figure out. How does Justin Herbert, if man himself, how does Justin Herbert keep making these top 5, top 10 lists? I don't understand it. I do not understand it. Jack Edmonds says she must be an Eagles fan. Everett said, you're right. They lost to the Rams now that I think about it. And Everett, how do you even have Matthew Stafford at number 10? It's blasphemy. It's blasphemy, man. Matthew Stafford below Caleb Williams and Jordan Love is blasphemy. Justin Herbert, blasphemy, man. Come on, man. Said his fan show said Dak is number 1 to him. Yes, sir. Hey, Bass. Justin Herbert is if man himself. He is if man. Shoot. If. Man, Justin, man, let me tell you something. This dude, Justin Herbert, is an absolute absolute coach killer. He is a coach killer. Man, let me tell you something. There is one coach. Let's see. There is one coach, I can't remember his name. Justin Herbert flat out got this man fired. And there is no way this man should have been fired. They fired, I think it was Anthony Lynn. There's no way they should have fired Anthony Lynn. Anthony Lynn was a casualty. He was a casualty of Justin Herbert. Anthony Lynn's record, this man should have never got fired. It was Justin Herbert. Then they thought, oh, it's Justin Herbert. We're going to bring in an offensive-minded coach. Man, Brandon Staley was terrible, man. Terrible. They even brought in Kellen Moore. Oh, man, and I remember Colin Cowherd like yesterday. Oh, man. Now that Justin Herbert, we saw what Kellen Moore did with Dak Prescott. Oh, with Justin Herbert, it's going to be video game numbers. Really? I think one day we're going to acknowledge that maybe it was Dak Prescott who made Kellen Moore look better than he was. Maybe we're going to admit that one day. Show me the quarterbacks that Kellen Moore's played with since Dak Prescott and show me the stats. I'm not giving him credit for Jalen Hurts because he basically had to dumb down his whole playbook for Jalen Hurts. Show me everybody that Kellen Moore has been with since Dak Prescott. Yeah. I credit Kellen Moore for really helping Dak Prescott. But I also credit Dak Prescott for making Kellen Moore look really, really good. Dak Prescott made Kellen Moore look good, made Mike McCarthy look good, made Brian Schottenheimer look good this year. Ask Kellen Moore would he love to have Dak Prescott back. Ask him. Guarantee he'd love to have Dak Prescott back. This dude, Justin Herbert. Anthony Lynn, fired. Brandon Staley, fired. Kellen Moore, moved on. Let's see what happens with Harbaugh. Because I'm sure Harbaugh last year thought, okay, I know what I'll do. I'll take the ball out of Justin Herbert's hand. How'd that work out? Man. That's all it is. All right, Cowboys fans, man, I appreciate y'all rocking with me today. 3 great hours of Cowboys content. 3 great hours with the best chat on YouTube. Man, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. As always, man, always having a good time with the Dallas Cowboys fan base. Always having a great time. My goal will be to put some more videos up tonight. Y'all send me that content over on X, man. Appreciate you, Bass. I appreciate you. Appreciate all of y'all, man. Great commentary today from y'all in the chat. Looking forward to this Dallas Cowboys season. I think we're building something. I really do. I think we're building something. Cowboy fans, you can be skeptical and be excited at the same time. There is no problem with that. I'm sure Dominique, as skeptical as he is, I'm sure Dominique is excited too. Tell me if I'm wrong, Dominique. I'm sure Dominique is excited for this season too. I am excited. I'm excited. I want to see what Christian Parker can do in 1 year. I want to see what these rookies do. I want to see Quentin Williams in his second full season. I want to see Kenny Clark in his second season. I want to see George Pickens in his second season. I want to see Javonte Williams in his second season. I want to see who will the Cowboys bring in before it's all said and done. I do think there's a couple of players they may bring in. I am so excited about so many of the things that the Dallas Cowboys are doing. Front office, they've been off for about 30 years. But I believe starting last year, this front office started getting on track. And I think they're even more on track right now, and I love a lot of the things that they are doing. And I think they are going to pay dividends for us Dallas Cowboy fans. I am excited. Bad said, you're not lying, G. Yes, sir. I'm excited. I'm excited, Dominique. I'm excited. And I can understand the skepticism. I can understand it. No doubt about it. I can understand it. Same way some people are skeptical about George. But at the same time, George, go prove it. Front office, keep proving it. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Let's say it culminating to a Super Bowl. And I think there will be a lot of skepticism relieved from a lot of the Dallas Cowboy fan base. But man, again, I appreciate y'all rocking with me. I'll see y'all again tomorrow if the Lord is willing. Until the next time, DC4L, God bless you all. Let's talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. Peace.